What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City live watch-along. Today we're going to be doing the live watch-along of Manchester City's Premier League game away at AFC Bournemouth. Big game in the Premier League. We're 4 points behind Liverpool at the top of the Premier League. We're 1 point ahead of Arsenal in the league as well. Arsenal, they're not playing until later on this evening. We don't have to worry about them. We do have to worry about Liverpool. So, we know that we've got them coming up in a couple of games' time in the Premier League. So, Manchester City, to make sure that we're in the best possible position when it comes to that game at Anfield. We've got a couple of must-win games in the Premier League, starting here with this away match against AFC Bournemouth, and of course next Sunday in the big Manchester United derby, with everybody speaking about Manchester United's in-form team. I am delighted to announce that in the last couple of minutes, Manchester United's little unbeaten run has come to an end, and they've lost at home to Fulham. So yeah, I think that makes things a little bit easier for Manchester City, if I'm being completely honest. But we very much have everything in our own hands. We know what we need to do. So I'm hoping that this game is going to be just a formality for Manchester City. We're going to turn up. We're going to play a good game. We're going to score goals. We're going to win the game. That's what we're hoping for. Things never tend to run that smoothly, in particular when it comes to Manchester City, conceding more goals this season than any other season at this stage of the season under Pep Guardiola. Manchester City, of course, don't have players that we've had in the past to rely upon, your likes of your Mahrezes and your Ilkay Gundoğans. So we're needing more players to step up to the plate. These players who have, been at City for a long time, that's got all the experience. We're looking for them now to be the players to really grab games by the scruff of the neck and help Manchester City along the lines, and of course adding a few new players over the last 12 months or so, hoping that they can really start to hit the ground running and find a little bit of form as well, and even more so for this game as well, seeing a couple of them players, Kovacic and Matheus Nunes, starting in this game. So hopefully we can get big performances from them, and a little bit of a selection headache for Pep Guardiola ahead of the Manchester derby next weekend, and of course the FA Cup match midweek against Luton Town in the 5th round as well. So before I do crack on with this live watch along, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, please do leave a thumbs up. We are aiming for 100 likes. We've done very well since the turn of the new year in hitting 100 likes, so I'm hoping today is going to be no different, and we are going to hit 100 likes once more. That would be absolutely sensational. We're already on to 19 likes. It means we're 81 likes away, so any help towards that would be great. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe if you are new around here. We're now less than 140 subs away from my goal of 34,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be sensational. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, they're in the description and on the yellow banner too. If you want to go and follow me on my Instagram and Twitter. TikTok link also in the description too, if you want to go and follow me on there. Email also in the description and on the yellow banner too, if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships or any videos or any general business inquiries. And do, most importantly, let me know your thoughts as well in the live chat. Do get where you're tuning in from today, and also your score prediction for this match as well. We've got Mr. Criminal for tuning in once more, much appreciated. Shout out to you, thanks for tuning in once more. Looney Tunes going, reckons a draw today. Man City really can't afford a draw. A draw today means goal difference becomes a big deal, and we're trailing Liverpool by 6 in goal difference, and we've got a game at Anfield, and Man City, a draw today, and even if we beat Manchester United but lose at Anfield, we're going to find it very difficult to win the Premier League from that position. So it's a must-win game today for Manchester City. Anything less is just not a very good result. Jay, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Says Kevin the GOAT. Unfortunately, Kevin De Bruyne not starting once more today for Manchester City, as he's got niggles in his hamstring. And I don't think Manchester City want to take any risks when it comes to Kevin De Bruyne when they don't need to. Adam, thanks for tuning in. Says Manchester United lost. They did 2-1. A late Fulham goal. Iwobi with the goal for Fulham right at the death at Old Trafford. It's things you absolutely love to see, putting Manchester United once more back in their place. So Sicker, thanks for tuning in, says hoping for a big City win today, going for a 3-0 victory for Manchester City, and blessings and love from Jamaica. Thank you very much to So Sicker for tuning in, much appreciated. And a 3-0, I will take a 3-0 today. That would be brilliant. Vanessa matching Sosika and going for a 3-0 victory for Manchester City. Thank you very much to Vanessa for tuning in. Messi Marv as well, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Do hope you are well. Freddie, thanks for tuning in. Hello to you. Welcome. Hope you are well. The Jack are going for a 1-1. There's a couple of 1-1s floating around there. We're definitely... Time out. We do not want a 1-1 today. 1-1 is a terrible result for Manchester City. Absolutely terrible for Manchester City. We just cannot afford a 1-1. There'll be a meltdown today if it finishes 1-1 in this game. Floor's been a little bit more positive. Thanks for tuning in, Floor's going for a 4-1 victory today for Manchester City. Tui Boy, thanks for tuning in. Hope you are well. Much appreciated. And RS as well. Thanks for tuning in. Says, how would I rank them? I mean, you're asking an impossible question here. How would I rank them? Yaya Toure, Ilkay Gundogan, David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, they all offer so much to Manchester City. And they've all done so much for the club as well. So it's impossible for me to rank them. But, I'm not going to sit on the fence. I'll answer your question. I'm going to go... I think it's probably going to be easier for me to work from top to bottom here. So I would go for, in terms of technical ability, Kevin De Bruyne being the best of the bunch there in what is an excellent bunch of players. I'm probably going to go with David Silva, because David Silva's, El Maggio, he's the magician. He can just do things that no other player can do, and he is one of the silkiest players that I've ever had the pleasure of watching. So I go De Bruyne first, David Silva second. I think I go Yaya Toure just purely for that 2013-14 season. That prime Yaya Toure was a force to be reckoned with. So I think I put him in third and Silky Ilky in fourth. I mean, he's captain of the treble winner and helped us win our first Champions League trophy. He's one of them big game players, single-handedly grabs games by the scruff of the neck. You need Man City to go out there and grab a goal and grab a win. Ilkay Gundogan is the player that you want in the right place at the right time, isn't he? So it seems like a travesty for me to put him in fourth. As I said, there's just four high-caliber midfielders, and what I'd do to have the likes of Gundogan and David Silva and Yaya Toure in his prime around Manchester City right now as we head into the business end of the season. Great question. Thanks, RS, for tuning in. Tui Boy reckons 2-0 Bournemouth! 2-0 Bournemouth! Time out again. We've had a couple of 1-1s and a 2-0 Bournemouth. Nah. No way. Absolutely not. We can't have a 2-0 Bournemouth. We can't have that. Can't have that. Absolutely no way. Tui Boy says, don't support neither club. Clearly got to support some kind of rival to Manchester City. 2-0 Bournemouth? Nah. No way. Cannot happen. Really cannot happen. P. Diddy says, make a poll, bro. What do you want a poll on? Let me know. I'll make a poll. What do you want a poll on? And we'll see. Mordecai, thanks for tuning in, says, hope they redo Kevin De Bruyne's contract, says, we can't afford to lose a player like him, reckons 4-0 City today. That would be absolutely brilliant. That's much more positive. I like that. 4-0. Kevin De Bruyne, interest from Saudi Arabia coming in. I'll address more next week in my transfer update, but yeah, a very important player for Manchester City. We don't want to do what we did with Ilkay Gundogan and drag our heels and say, we're not sure. Do we want to put him on a new deal? It's Kevin De Bruyne. He's like fine wine, just gets better with age, so get him onto a new contract. It's got to happen. Sosika says, Fulham caught. They're trying to make a run for the win. Fulham, picked up a massive result at Old Trafford, and they're so inconsistent, Fulham. There's times where I watch them and I'm so impressed, and I think they're a quality team, top half team, could even be pushing for maybe a Europa Conference League spot. And other times I watch them and I think, they're a team that belong in the bottom half, so I don't know what to make of them. Tui Boy says, supporting Hull City, maybe just wanting fresh competition and doesn't want Manchester City to be dominating for too long. I'm not too sure. We can't be having a 2-0. We can't be having 2-0 Bournemouth. We really can't. That cannot happen today. Larissa, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Going for a 3-0 victory for Manchester City. Love that one. And Geordie, thanks for tuning in as well, says, away the lads. Iwobi legend. Geordie, can we please have a favour off your lads in the 8 p.m. game against Arsenal? That would be absolutely much appreciated. And Iwobi the legend grabbing a much-needed victory for Fulham against Manchester United. Fulham's first victory, how long at Old Trafford? I think they said before, was it 20 years? I'm surprised it's not longer. So great win for Fulham. And considering the next Premier League game for Manchester United's away at Man City, you know, it'd have been ideal prep for Manchester United to have won that game and head into the match at the Etihad beaming full of confidence. But one injury to Haaland and all of a sudden, not looking very good. There we go. Geordie says, Sunderland lost, Borough lost, United lost. My weekend going great. Hoping that they can win against Arsenal. I hope you can as well. That would be absolutely fantastic. Tui Boy saying United thought they'd got a late equaliser as well. Did not happen. And there we go. Tui Boy says, great for Hull City though. With Middlesbrough losing, Sunderland losing as well. Hull picking up a point earlier on today against West Bromwich Albion. And some of you guys may be wondering, JSGC, how do you know so much about it? Well, that leads us very nicely onto today's video sponsor. Hope you enjoyed the transition there, guys. I do want to give a special shout out to SofaScore. It's a free app to download, so please do go and check out the SofaScore app and download it using my link in the description. It's also in the live chat, and it's also you can use the QR code as well, which is on screen. That would be much appreciated. I'm just trying to copy the link, so just bear with me 1 second. I'll just get that one sorted. But yeah, SofaScore, they're brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I was just reading before about the latest features that they've got available on the app. And they offer scores not just for football. So I know a few of you guys know that I'm a huge cricket fan. And it's brilliant because I don't have to navigate through different apps to get different scores. SofaScore keep you up to date with all the sports out there. So obviously I'm going to be watching Manchester City's game today against Bournemouth away, but I'm going to be keeping an eye on the Six Nations, the rugby union game, Scotland taking on England. So I'm not going to be watching that game, so I'm going to use SofaScore to keep up to date with that. The rest of the football scores, all the cricket scores, all in one app. It's absolutely brilliant. It's free to download. What's not to like? Go and check it out. Links and details, they are in the description. Of course, I have my promo video ready for you guys as well, which I will roll in just 1 second. I managed to get that link sorted, so it is all in the live chat. So do go and check out SofaScore. That would be much appreciated, and SofaScore will be helping me to go through the teams for this game and also all the scores from around the grounds for you guys to enjoy, as well as all my analysis and everything else that comes with my live watch along. So I'm going to roll the promo video for SofaScore when I get it loaded right now. So thank you very much there to SofaScore for sponsoring today's video. As I said, do go and check them out. Links and details, they are in the description. So I've got the app locked and loaded up here, ready to go. So Premier League scores from around the grounds. We didn't have any early kickoffs today. So 3 p.m's Aston Villa back to winning ways in 4th place. They've beaten Nottingham Forest by 4-2 at Villa Park today. Everton picked up what was, in my opinion, a very good point. It could have been so much more. Brighton went down to 10 men. Everton were ahead 1-0 away at Brighton. And Lewis Dunk in the 94th minute has grabbed an equaliser for Brighton to scramble a point for them. And a little bit of a blow for Everton. They'll be disappointed considering they were so close to picking up 3 points. But a point on the road away at Brighton is a good result, in my opinion, there for Everton. And put some pressure onto Luton Town as well. Crystal Palace took on Burnley. Burnley just looking in such a position now. They're going down, aren't they? And Vincent Kompany, their manager, it pains me to say that. I think he's a class manager. Love him to bits. Captain fantastic. But yeah, lost 3-0 away today, Burnley did, to Crystal Palace, and a big 3 points there for Crystal Palace because they're right down there as well towards the relegation spots. And of course, Manchester United 1, Fulham 2. So we've got AFC Bournemouth taking on Manchester City today. SofaScore asking me to vote who I think is going to win this game. I'm going to vote for Manchester City, and 78% of people agree that Manchester City are going to win this game. 10% of you have gone with Bournemouth, and 12% have gone with a draw for this game. So we're going to go through the teams for today. We're going to start with our opponent, AFC Bournemouth. They're starting with Neto, their captain and goalkeeper for this game, going with a back four of Adam Smith, Ilya Zebiani, Marcus Sensei, and Milos Kerkez into midfield. They've got Ryan Christie and Lewis Cook. And then ahead of them on the right wing, they've got Antoine Semenyo, Justin Kluivert playing just behind striker Dominic Solanke, and Marcus Tavernier starting on the left wing for Bournemouth today. On the bench for them, they have got Mark Travers, Ionut Radu, Max Kinsley Wellings, Chris Mepham, Alex Scott, Luis Sinistera, Dango Utiara, Romain Favre, and former Manchester City man Enes Unal. For Manchester City then, they're lining up today with Ederson in goal. It will be a back three made up of Manuel Akanji on the right-hand side, Kyle Walker given a rest today, Ruben Dias, recently single. He's going to be playing through the centre of defence for Manchester City today and captain in City as well, with Nathan Ake on the left-hand side. It will be John Stones playing ahead of the defence alongside Rodri. Further ahead of them, you've got Mateo Kovacic and Matheus Nunes. Bernardo Silva looks like he's going to go on the right wing, Phil Foden on the left wing, and Erling Haaland starting up top. I keep an eye on some of the Fantasy Premier League pages on Twitter, and loads of them were saying that Julian Alvarez starts today, and it turns out Julian Alvarez does not start today. Kovacic and Nunes given the nod there, so a big opportunity for them, and that's what I was mentioning right at the beginning of the live stream about these players that we've brought in over the summer. We need them to start to grab games by the scruff of the neck. We need Kovacic, we need Nunes to start showcasing what they can do and trying to help Manchester City here, because we're going to need depth, we're going to need players. We're competing on three fronts: the FA Cup, the Premier League and the Champions League. We need every single one of these players, the world-class football players. We need to see it on a consistent basis, game on game. On the bench for Manchester City today, very strong bench. Stefan Ortega-Moreno, Kyle Walker, Kevin De Bruyne, Rico Lewis, Oscar Bobb, Sergio Gomez, Julian Alvarez, Jack Grealish, Jeremy Doku. That is some bench from Manchester City, so plenty of options should Manchester City need them. City clearly looking for more rotation in this game. I imagine there'll be a full rotation in place for our match against Luton midweek, and that will allow us to go in fresh for the Manchester derby next Sunday. We can go with a strong team against Copenhagen to see the job off and start to make changes in the second half of that Champions League second leg game in the last 16 in a couple of weeks' time, and that'll hopefully then put us in good stead ahead of that game at Anfield. But for that game to be so important, we've got two big Premier League games here today against Bournemouth and at home against Manchester United next weekend. Two must-win games. 6 points is the minimum, and that's the only thing that we can do. Anything else, and Manchester City, they're going to struggle to win the Premier League. We need to win this game today. We need to beat Manchester United next weekend as well. So, as the title of my preview that I did yesterday suggests, it is any which way to win right now for Manchester City. Anyway, want to give a big shout out to SofaScore for helping me to provide the latest team news for you guys, and also keeping you guys up to date as well throughout this live stream, including all the latest scores at half time and also all the statistics for this game as well, and the analysis too. So do go and check them out. It is a free app to download, so any help towards that would be great. Link in the description, link in the live chat, or use the QR code on screen. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up as well. We're now on to 32 likes. It means we're 68 likes away from my goal of 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, do subscribe as well if you are new around here. That would be much appreciated, and do get your thoughts in the live chat, including your score predictions for this game and where you're tuning in from around the world. Tui Boy says, question, go, throw it out there. More Decay says, what do I think of Hakan Calhanoglu of Inter Milan, saying that he's a better central defensive midfielder than Rodri? There's no defensive midfielder out there better than Rodri. Rodri is the pedestal that everyone needs to be looking for and looking at. That's the aim that everybody wants to get to. And no one is close to Rodri. And what he offers to Manchester City. He is a phenomenal player, and I'm hoping we're going to start to see more of a midfield combination of Rodri and John Stones, because around this time last season is when we were seeing peak Stones and peak Rodri really starting to gel together, and it was nothing short of sensational. It helped tighten Manchester City up from a defensive point of view, and it helped Manchester City as well in terms of their midfield control in the game. So we always look better with Rodri and John Stones in the team. So, yeah, there we go. Tui Boy, my prediction, I'm going to go 3-1 Manchester City, my score prediction for this game. So Sika says, make the poll. I don't know what people want the poll on. No one's given me any suggestions. I'll just ask, are you happy with City's starting 11? There we go. Yes or no. Start poll. Are you happy with the starting 11 then? Yes or no? There's the poll. Ready for you guys. Dave, thanks for tuning in. Says, Borough were shocking today. Come on, City. Cheer me up. Middlesbrough picked up a very bad result today. Very bad result. I'll go through the scores at half time, but yeah, not great today for Middlesbrough. Losing at home as the teams are in the tunnel ready to make their way out. And that gold coat that Ruben Dias has got on, the City team's got on, is very smart. Looks like it's waterproof. Could be needed in the Manchester rain. So players make their way out onto the pitch. We've got Amsterdam South. Says Prison FC gaining some players. Queen's Park Rangers player called Chair over at Queen's Park Rangers also has been sentenced to prison. Has he got a year or two as well? So yeah, Prison FC gaining some players this week. Jordi Solanke is in the lineup for Bournemouth today. Akshay, what's going on? Bournemouth 3-1. Definitely. Timeout again. Timeout. So I've heard 2-0 Bournemouth. I've heard a couple of 1-1s. A 3-1. 3-1 Bournemouth. Oh, man. Today's going to be fun if that happens. Alison, thanks for tuning in. And Andy as well. It says Andy's busy driving his bus. So travelling with him. Keeping him updated. Come on, City. Love that. Alison and Andy, thanks so much for tuning in. Much appreciated, and shout out to a couple of legends there, regulars here on the JSGC channel. Love it. And hope Andy's has a safe drive back as well. Amelia, thanks for tuning in, says, we're going to win tonight. I do hope you are right. We really could do with a win. 1-0, 2-0, 5-0, 10-0, not bothered. As long as it's 3 points for Manchester City, I'm happy. Right, guys, just before we crack on with the live watch-along, do subscribe. Do get your score predictions in the live chat. Do go and check out SofaScore, today's video sponsor. Links and details there in the description. And also don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. We're now 65 likes away from 100 likes. Now, I've got my vintage cider made by H. Weston and Sons. Never tried it before. 6.8%. It's Saturday evening, guys. So let's get this open. Let's give it a try. When I can get it open, it's a screw-on cap. It's just a bit stiff, and no one better caption or quote that either. or I won't be happy. There we go. There we go. Let's get the good stuff. It's a very strong smell. Provided for by Mixid. Partner channel. Link in the description. Go and check him out. See how this tastes. Strong. Wow. I don't think I'd be able to have many of them. Lovely stuff. Nice and crisp, though. Very nice. A 2021 vintage pressed apple cider. It's even got a little signature on there. Lovely stuff. Cheers. Happy weekend. Happy Saturday evening. Manchester City in action. We're good to go. City then lining up today with Ederson in goal, back three made up of Akanji, Dias and Ake. It's a back line that we saw a lot during the back end of last season. Excuse me, it's John Stones and Rodri further ahead of them. I presume it's going to be Kovacic and it's going to be Matheus Nunes further ahead of them, playing behind the striker. Phil Foden on the left wing, Bernardo Silva on the right wing, and Haaland up top. Lydia, thanks for tuning in. Says, cheers, JSGC. Love that. How does it taste? Very crisp, but very nice. I'd probably score that. That's good stuff. I'd probably give that an 8.7 out of 10, you know, guys. That's a decent score. 8.7. That scores very highly on the JSGC scale. As we do have kickoff here between Bournemouth and Manchester City. Bournemouth playing in their home kit of the red and black striped shirt, black shorts, black socks, attacking from right to left, with Manchester City playing in their away strip, which is their white shirts, burgundy shorts and white socks. Taking place this game at the Vitality Stadium, sometimes known as Dean Court. That's what I know it as. Vitality Stadium, of course, the sponsor name for this stadium. Not the biggest of stadiums. I think it holds like 12,000, 13,000 people. But Bournemouth have really solidified themselves as they've been doing well. They're having a good season, of course, and starting to adapt once more to, because they were regular in the Premier League, got relegated, got promoted again, and have looked fairly comfortable in the Premier League over the last season and a half or so. But the stadium's tiny. Absolutely tiny. But fascinating stuff. I mean, you got Kenilworth Road for Luton Town. Or again, not the biggest of stadiums, and actually where Man City will be playing our next game in the FA Cup. And this stadium as well. And then you compare it with some of the other stadiums that you go and visit. You know, the Etihad Stadium, Emirates Stadium, Old Trafford, London Stadium, all... Anfield as well. All Anfield soon will be north of 55,000 people. These stadiums are not even a quarter of the capacity. And I do like that they've got screens tucked in on the side as well at the Vitality Stadium. Looks like quite a very smart stadium, if I'm honest. So we're 2 minutes in. Nothing much to report on. It's been a couple of balls getting pinged forward. Hoof ball from Manchester City. Here's City then looking to come forward, and Kovacic looking for that nice direct through ball, looking for Erling Haaland. Bournemouth, I'm expecting them to park a bus, but they're going with a very high line. That's dangerous. Foolish. Brave. Maybe this game's going to be more entertaining than we think. Julia, thanks for tuning in. Says, hi-ho, was watching the fan reactions from the Man United game. I'm sure that's an entertaining watch. I really do. Is Manchester City coming forward. Matheus Nunes then finds Phil Foden, drops a shoulder really nicely. Right in the middle of the park. Rodri looks for a bit of width out wide. There's no one out wide. There's no one on the left wing right now. Foden had drifted into the middle, and Rodri's pass is for nobody in particular, and it's out of play for a throw-in to Bournemouth. Not too sure who that was to, if I'm honest. Let's check. Thanks for tuning in. Man City just looking to try and get control of the ball in midfield there. There's lots of one-touch football. So City have clearly prepared here, as far as I'm concerned, for Bournemouth to park a bus and sit in the space really tightly. That's why they're moving the ball very quickly. And there's been a couple of wayward passes. Man City have more time and more space on the ball than what they think. All you need to do is try and find the space. Not really worked. And Nathan Ake, against his former team, brings down Semenyo. And that will be a free kick to Bournemouth, just inside their own half. So 4.5 minutes in here at the Vitality Stadium. Cash Lord says, tried to donate $10, but YouTube gave me an error. But it's off my bank account. Ah. Why has that ended up happening? Thank you anyway for the attempt, Cash Lord. And I hope you managed to get your $10 back. Rather than YouTube taking your $10, my friend. And thank you very much, Cash Lord, for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. Looking at the poll, so 65% of you guys happy with the City starting 11 today. With 35% saying no. If people have said no, what are they not happy with? I'm pretty happy. I'd have maybe gone with Oscar Bobb or Jeremy Doku on the left wing and gone with one of Kovacic or Nunes rather than both. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm happy to see Akanji going on the right-hand side. I thought he had a very good game on the left-hand side, I thought, for City the other day. Nathan Ake coming back into the City squad today means you want to work Akanji into the team. It's either going to be for John Stones or for Kyle Walker, and too often for my liking it's been John Stones and not for Kyle Walker, so I'm pretty happy with that. But there we go. Anyway, we're on to 39 likes now. Doing well. 61 likes to go to 100 likes. This is an outstanding run being made by Matheus Nunes. He gets forward, loses his footing, tries to, almost as he's sliding down, try and play a ball across the box looking for a City player to no avail. Manchester City wanted a throw in there. Can't believe they've not got a throw in, and it's gone against them and for Bournemouth instead. So pretty quiet first 16 minutes or 16. First pretty quiet 6 minutes or so here at the Vitality Stadium. It's AFC Bournemouth 0, Manchester City 0. Bournemouth send a long throw in forward, headed clear by Ake. Falls to another Bournemouth player, and City will head that back out of play, and that'll be a throw-in further up the field for Bournemouth. This time, deeper into the City territory. They choose to throw it backwards, and they've had to pass it all the way back to the keeper, so a bit of a waste that from Bournemouth. Get thrown in a good position. Doesn't matter. They hoof it forward, header won by City, and City can get possession. That's what we like to see. The English kid, thanks for tuning in, says going for a 3-1 victory today for Manchester City. I'm matching you, my friend. Going for a 3-1 victory as well for City. Going for a couple of goals for Erling Haaland today. And I reckon a Bernardo goal. And Solanke to get a goal for AFC Bournemouth. So, Neto, captain and goalkeeper for Bournemouth today, sends it long. Semenyo wins the header against Nathan Ake. Ake's very good in the air. Not many people beat him in the air from a long pump forward, but Semenyo managed to do that. Here is Manchester City captain for today, recently single Ruben Dias, plays a ball up forward to Erling Haaland. He's holding off the competition and he's surrounded out, and City will get themselves a throw-in on halfway. City, like Bournemouth before, just work it backwards. Happy to have a bit of possession. We saw Neto hoof it forward. Ederson doesn't. He plays a pass back to Bernardo Silva. Back to Ederson once more. He'll play it back to Bernardo Silva, who's almost occupying as a centre-back. He chips a ball over looking for Foden. He finds a flick on for Haaland. Haaland could be in here. Haaland! Oh, he's put it wide. What an opportunity. One-on-one with the keeper. He had to go with his right foot rather than his left foot. But that was so well crafted and well worked from Manchester City. Phil Foden just gets studs onto that. You'd put your mortgage on Haaland finding the back of the net. You really would. He's just looking for the outside, for the inside of the post there on his right foot, and he gets it wrong. It's a massive opportunity for City, and I just hope that doesn't come back to bite Manchester City on the behind, because that was a massive opportunity. We saw Erling Haaland not have many opportunities against Brentford. As Solanke picks the ball up here for Bournemouth. Yeah, we saw Haaland have not many opportunities against Brentford, but when he did get one-on-one, put that opportunity away, and that was the decisive goal as Bournemouth go very close. Strike comes in. Ederson gets a good hand onto it and tips it over the top of the crossbar. It's Kerkez, left back, getting forward, advancing forward, gets a clean strike of the ball. It's swerving, and Ederson, nearly wrong-footed, tips it over the top of the crossbar, acrobatically, and into the stands. It's going to be a corner for Bournemouth here. No sooner should Manchester City have been 1-0 up at the other end that Bournemouth nearly find the opening goal of the game. They still might. Corner here. Kerkez gets forward. Sensei forward. Some defending for Manchester City to do. Corner comes in then. It's a good ball in, and it's straight into the hands of Ederson, though, looking for that central 6-yard area. There's no Bournemouth players there ready to attack it, and Ederson, unchallenged, manages to catch the ball, and a big sigh of relief that for City. Here is Bernardo Silva then, plays a 1-2 with Rodri, to John Stones, Akanji now, to Bernardo. So we're seeing Bernardo go in a very deep role for City today. We're seeing Foden drift into the middle, so City not really going with width, but they're looking for Kovacic and Nunes to try and stretch the pitch a little bit as Foden tries to play a ball forward and nearly gets intercepted. Does well, actually, to take the ball away from Dominic Solanke there. And Manchester City can have a little bit of possession. Rodri then finds Manuel Akanji. Here's Bernardo Silva. He has drifted back out wide for Manchester City. Phil Foden can't sort his feet out. He gets grabbed on the arm. He goes down, and that'll be a free kick to Manchester City. Watchalong can't believe it, says Haaland, man. Should have been bagging as far as I'm concerned. The English kid, it's a great game, this. And it's looking like Bournemouth maybe aren't going to park the bus, which is what I was expecting them to do. They haven't. They've attacked Manchester City, and Phil Foden, twice now he's tried to play that direct ball forward, and twice he's nearly had it intercepted. Bournemouth do get the ball back, but it is all the way back with the goalkeeper. Tom, thanks for tuning in. So sorry, a bit late today, but score prediction going for 3-0 City. I'd be buzzing with 3-0. And Keith, thanks for tuning in. Says top commentary as well as ever. Well done. Thank you very much, Keith, for tuning in once more. Much appreciated. Just have a quick check. Using today's video sponsor, SofaScore, link in the description. Remember, a free app to download. I'm just going to have a quick check of the Six Nations score. Scotland taking on England today. See how England are getting on. Close game, half-time, 17-13, Scotland lead. It was 10-0 England, and then 17 unanswered points from Scotland. In the space of 15 minutes, England getting a penalty and 3 points right on half-time, near enough. Makes it 17-13. We'll keep an eye on that for the second half at Murrayfield. The English kid says, do I reckon with the next 2-3 weeks will be key for the league this season? Will Liverpool's final on Wednesday? They're going to be important. No denying that. At the end of the day, I think everything comes down... I mean, I want to look to Anfield. I want to say what happens at Anfield has huge implications on the title race, but we've still got two big games, this game and the match against Manchester United, before I want to think really about the Liverpool game. But it's crucial. March is a massive month. United, Liverpool, Arsenal all to come. Huge month. Keith going for a 5-0 victory today for City. That would be absolutely brilliant. So we're nearly through the first phase of the game. Seen Bournemouth go close through a wicked effort from Kirkez, and we've seen Erling Haaland go close with a one-on-one opportunity on his weaker right foot, bending it round the post and wide, as we're now 55 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe as well, that would be much appreciated. Smith goes in strong on Matheus Nunes, right in front of Pep Guardiola. Manchester City not very happy with that. The Creator going for a 5-1 victory today for City. Much appreciated, Creator, thanks for tuning in. Bournemouth and Smith can't believe that a free kick's been given against them. Went in hard there on Nunes. Let's have a look. I mean, he does get the ball, and his feet are down. Let's have a look. Get a better angle here. There's a slight follow-through. There's a time where that wouldn't be a free kick. These days probably is. We do have Chelsea taking on Liverpool tomorrow in the Carabao Cup final. I think I'd prefer Chelsea to win it because I think it'd be a funnier reaction from Liverpool fans. And also, I don't want them full of confidence. One part of me does want them to win it because I think they'll be cocky confident. And it'd be nice just to put them back in the place, but we'll see. Excuse me. Rich, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. My cider's making me all gassy. Keith, it looks like I'm drinking neat rum. Absolutely not. I went for a full 750ml bottle of rum. I'm not even sure I'd make the end of the live stream. Particularly a good strong rum as well. So a free kick here for Bournemouth. A chance right on halfway for them just to try and chip in a ball to the penalty area. It's sent really long, and Ederson drops the ball and gathers it up on the second attempt. That scared me a little bit. Goes into Ruben Dias to collect the ball. Thankfully, Sensei was trying to get hold of it. He couldn't. City keep playing long balls forward to Haaland, and it's nothing's really sticking at the moment as Ruben Dias just heads that back to Ederson and City can have some possession. So we are through the first phase of the game. It is still 0-0. It's been a pretty open game. Bournemouth not parking the bus, going with a pretty high line, trying to put pressure and trying to press Manchester City. So it's been an interesting game of football so far, 16 minutes in. Here's Ederson. Is he going to play a pass? We wasted about 20 seconds there. Ederson eventually sends a ball forward. Nunes with a lovely touch and very well worked by Adam Smith. Does play a pass forward. John Stones wins the ball back for City. Here's Kovacic then to Nunes. There's not a lot of space for City to work in here. So there's a lot of City being forced backwards. Good pressing from Bournemouth coming in. Bernardo does really well, and that's lovely stuff from Stones to Rodri. Here's Haaland again to Nunes inside the penalty area. Squares it across. Rodri coming forward. Bournemouth do well. They get it clear. Akanji's going to pick that one up. It'd been worthwhile putting a cross into the box, I think, then, from Akanji. He doesn't. He just plays it sideways to Kovacic. And Bournemouth have had a chance now to get everybody back. I'd have gone with an early ball. City had 5 players forward there. Never mind. We do have possession. Rodri then finds John Stones. 17 minutes in, 0-0. Foden then finds Matheus Nunes outside of his foot, plays it to Phil Foden, squares it across, and there's too much on it for Haaland, headed clear by Bournemouth. Go run another poll. Man City scoring in the next 10 minutes? Let's see. We're feeling good. City scoring then in the next 10 minutes. City just starting to get out of first gear and into second gear. Tom, the Manchester derby taking place next Sunday, which would be the 2nd of March. If I've not got a calendar in front, I used to have a calendar just over here off camera. Not got it, I'm afraid. Referee's going over to yellow card. I think it's the Bournemouth manager. It is the Bournemouth manager. Or is it one of the coaches? I'm not sure. It's somebody on the Bournemouth bench. Not Pep Guardiola. Remember, he gets a yellow card. He's suspended. And I don't think that carries into the FA Cup. So, Pep Guardiola, 1 yellow card away from a suspension. Needs to keep it clean. The English kid reckons City scoring in the next 10 minutes. Feels the energy. City have just started to get up, working through the gears. Looking more lively. Foden with the shot. And it's straight at the keeper. And Man City's first effort on goal, that one. It's taken nearly 19 minutes. Keeper not going to be troubled by that. Nadir, thanks for tuning in. Says, when is City going to start to become ruthless? It's becoming passive game by game. It's a good point. Are Man City spending too long trying to suss teams out to see what their approach are to adapt to the game? Maybe so. I did want City to go out there and score early, take pressure off us. Not happened. Bournemouth trying to come forward, trying to play football, trying to make a game of it. It's been a good 20 minutes. There's nothing causing me that much concern, if I'm honest, at the moment. Haaland drops into space really nicely. Here's Bernardo then. He's got 3 forward. Haaland, one of them, makes a charging run, goes for the pass, finds Haaland, and he can't work his way past the Bournemouth defender. Good defending from Bournemouth. And it was Sensi with the defending there. 80% of people reckon City not scoring in the next 10 minutes. Positivity not there. Already, maybe some feeling a bit anxious. Neto then with the ball for Bournemouth. Looks like this is going to get sent long. Is going to be sent long. Again, looking for Semenyo. Does well, Semenyo. Wins the ball in the air again. Good defending from Nathan Ake. And City can have a bit of possession. And free kick given for Manchester City. Adam Smith throws his arms for Bournemouth. They're not happy with that. So it was Pablo de la Torre, one of the coaches for Bournemouth, shown the yellow card on the bench before. As we're now just 4 likes away from 50 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Here is Rodri for Manchester City. Finds Bernardo Silva. Looking for support. Got a little bit of support with Matheus Nunes. Doesn't use him. Uses John Stones instead. Stonesy coming forward. Gives the ball to Nathan Ake. And City just choose to work this backwards. Bournemouth pressing so much. Very good pressing from Bournemouth. Here is Nathan Ake. Phil Foden not happy with the pass that he just got then. Bournemouth play 1 direct ball forward looking for Dominic Solanke. Gives a thumbs up. Too much on it there from Tavernier. And out for a goal kick to Manchester City. So guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. Do subscribe as well. And do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. It's a free app to download. So any help in downloading the app would be much appreciated by me. It does help to support the future content created here on my channel. As I said, it is free. So worthwhile getting for you guys. Try it out, see if you like it or not. I think it's very highly rated. I like it. Remember, not just football scores on there, but all kinds of scores. Rugby league, rugby union, cricket, darts, everything. Fantastic. Here's Bournemouth coming forward. Semenyo plays a pass forward. It's lovely defending from John Stones to make the interception there. Lovely, lovely defending. And John Stones just helps Bournemouth from potentially creating an opportunity to launch in Manchester City forward on the counter-attack. Here is Nunes. Gives the ball to Nathan Ake. To Phil Foden. Back to Nathan Ake once more. Here's Johnny Stones now, fresh from his good piece of defending. Ball comes forward. Haaland falls nicely. Haaland gets the shot. Rebound, surely. Phil Foden. Right place at the right time for Manchester City. Finds the back of the net. And he does his classic celebration. And Manchester City find the all-important opening goal. 23 minutes in at Dean Court. And Manchester City lead by a 1-0. It just had to be Phil Foden, didn't it? Really good work from Haaland. Does really well to get a shot away. Keeper has to make the save. He shoots it into the ground, Haaland. He uses his strength really well. Shot into the ground. Keeper's scrambling to make the save. Foden reads it like a book. 1-0 Manchester City. And it just takes all the pressure off City, that now. We're not thinking to ourselves, we desperately need to score or we're struggling for goals. Just takes all the pressure off City. Means Bournemouth have to come out, to be fair, they've not parked the bus, but they've got to come out even more now to play. Should give Man City a little bit more space. And what I want to see from City for the next 5 minutes or so is some intensity. Try and get a second goal. Kovacic to Bernardo. That second goal might not be too far away, and Bernardo's pass not accurate. Was looking for Erling Haaland. There's too much on it into the hand of the keeper. Allison says, Andy celebrating behind the steering wheel. It's things we love to see. We're all celebrating. It's good work from Manchester City. It's good work from Haaland. It's good work from Phil Foden. And the all-important opening goal. And what we need to be doing now, keep pushing, trying to get that second goal. If we can get a second goal before half-time, we're in a good position. Long ball comes forward from Neto. Out for a throw into Manchester City. Tavernier not happy. Felt he'd been impeded there by Manuel Akanji. Referee says, I don't think so. And it is a throw into City. As we're now 3 likes away from 50 likes. Any help towards that would be great. So I did put 7 minutes ago, do you think City are scoring in the next 10 minutes? I said I can sense City just working through the gears. Doesn't even take Manchester City 5. And we can end that poll there. City do grab that all-important opening goal. Oh, that's good work. John Stone squares it across. Rodri. Oh, Bernardo Silva. Bernardo. Wide. Oh, it's desperately unlucky from Manchester City. Really unlucky from City. It's desperately unlucky from City. City clearly looking for that killer second goal. So as it stands, Manchester City going a point behind Liverpool. We're still 5 goal difference behind Liverpool. I'm just bothered about 3 points today. Not too concerned about goal difference. That point against Chelsea was disappointed, but it kind of made goal difference not important. Certainly not until we've played both Liverpool and Arsenal. Only then we'll have a better idea about will goal difference be important. So I was just hoping that Man City could stay really within touching distance, and considering we've got Liverpool to play and Arsenal to play, we can make gains on goal differences. That's such a cheap free kick to give away. Solanke, I feel like, knew he weren't getting control of the ball, saw a trailing leg, so thought, you know what, I'll take the contact and I'll go down. And that's a cheap free kick for City to give away there. Solanke just needed a reason to go down because he weren't getting the ball there. And Ake gives him the reason, and so some defending here for City to do. It's a free kick actually in a pretty good position here for Bournemouth to put a quality ball into the box. Could be very testing for City out on the right-hand side. A really good crossing position. Man City know it, so they're sending their line further forward outside of the penalty area. So some defending here for City to do. Haaland, of course, is back. And obviously the City defenders. See what Bournemouth can do then. Referee looks happy. Blows the whistle. Bournemouth go put a ball into the box. It's deep and Ederson comes and fists it clear. Phil Foden can get a touch on that and just needs to try and get it clear. And not only does he get it clear, gets it off a Bournemouth man and out for a throw into City, which is absolutely brilliant. As we do hit our halfway to 100 like goal. We're on 50 likes. Much appreciated, everybody. Thank you for that. Do subscribe as well, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. A quick check of the Rugby Union. Seems Scotland have added another try. Now leading by 24 points to 16. England trailing by 8. After being 10-0 up, it's very disappointing that from England. Big game that actually up at Murrayfield in Edinburgh. Ball gets sent forward from Bournemouth. No accuracy. Ederson will say, thank you very much for that. I'll take control of the ball from there. City just taking the time. Knocking it round. Ederson sends it long. Header won by, I think that was Bernardo Silva, nearly crawling on the floor there. Launched forward again from Bournemouth, trying these testing long balls forward. Header won by Ake, gives the ball to Kovacic. Here is Nathan Ake for Manchester City. Gives the ball to Rodri. Ederson now. Back to Rodri. Pivots well. Loses out on the ball, but falls nicely to Foden. He can play a ball forward and tried to look for Bernardo Silva. Couldn't find Bernardo Silva. Bournemouth get a foot onto it and whack it clear. Here's Ruben Dias then. Comes forward for Manchester City to Akanji. Bernardo Silva now. Gives the ball to Rodri. Ake. It's not the best of passes from Ake, but it does come off the foot of a Bournemouth player and out for a throw into Manchester City. So 14 minutes of the first half plus whatever's to be added on remaining. Manchester City are leading here by 1-0. Thanks to a goal from Phil Foden. Here's John Stones for City. Seeing John Stones going into more of a deeper role for City today. It's very interesting. It's allowing Rodri to get... I say Rodri to get forward. It's not really allowing Rodri to get forward. It's just Man City are wanting Akanji to burst forward and Rodri sits into a gap more. Here's Rodri then. Works the ball to the left. Finds Matheus Nunes. Lovely touch from Matheus Nunes. Gives the ball to Nathan Ake. Bernardo to Rodri. Here is Foden. Gives the ball to Rodri. And Manchester City can burst forward here. Ruben Dias gives it to Akanji. Here's John Stones. Oh, it's a lovely drop of the shoulder from Foden. Lovely, lovely drop of the shoulder. Here's Nunes then. Foden looks to overlap. Uses Foden. Back to Nunes. Foden chips a ball forward looking for Haaland. Bournemouth do really well. Tavernier does really well. He's got space on that left-hand side. He just gets too much on his passing out for a throw into Manchester City. Here is John Stones. Kovacic just about sorts his feet out. And he can come forward here for City. Gets a shove in the back. He goes down under pressure from Solanke. And Kovacic does really well. He wants a free kick. And I think he gets a free kick, much to the frustration of the Bournemouth crowd. But every day of the week it looked like a free kick for Manchester City. Solanke looks hurt. There's a lot of pressure being put onto the ball then. Was a free kick to City. Solanke's limping very heavily there. There'd be a bit of a blow for Bournemouth if Solanke has to go off. It really would. Here's Nathan Ake then taking the free kick for City. Gives the ball to Kovacic. He goes down. Under pressure. City did want another free kick. Referee says no. Ball comes forward to Haaland. Nothing in it. Bournemouth just playing it out from the back. Here's Smith. Launched forward there. Looking for Semenyo, but Ake first to it. Can find the pass as well, and City can come forward. Rodri under pressure does really well. Means he can give the ball to Akanji inside the Bournemouth half. And there's a lot of working the ball backwards for Manchester City, isn't there? A lot of working the ball backwards. Here's Ruben Dias now to Ake. Good work that from Nathan Ake. Really good work. Here's Phil Foden to John Stones. City want a free kick and get one for the challenge on Mateo Kovacic. Here is Rodri then, gives the ball to Bernardo. P. Diddy says, this year I'm going to Chicago, Illinois. I'm not going this year, I'm going to New York. Thinking about Chicago, hopefully for next year, which is when I turn 30, as Bernardo Silva plays the ball forward to John Stones. He protects the ball really well there, Stones. He gets contact, he goes down, and that'll be a free kick for Manchester City and the first yellow card for a player in the game as well. Let's have a look. Pass comes in. I mean, there's not much in it, to be honest. Boy Racer says, hit me up when you're in New York City. I'm in New York City from, I want to say, 4th to the 11th of September. It is the 4th to the 11th. So it's Lewis Cook into the book for that challenge on John Stones. I didn't think there was too much in that, to be honest. But I'll take it. It means Manchester City can potentially have an opportunity here right on the edge of the penalty area. Foden and Nunes stood over this. And I'm not too sure Man City are thinking about putting a cross into the box either here. I think they're going to be looking for an effort on goal. Let's see what Nunes and Foden can do with it then. Foden then with the effort, and it's miles off target. Not the easiest. Boy Racer, I am flying out the 10th. I'll land back in the UK on the 11th, whilst I'm away 4th to the 11th. Time zone differences. I think it's an 11 PM flight on the 10th out of New York City, and I land at like midday in the UK-ish. Here's Erling Haaland. He's having his shirt pulled there. Does well. Keeps hold of the ball for City. It might be 3rd to the 10th, you know. I'm doubting myself. I thought it was 4th to the 11th. It might be 3rd to the 10th. Who knows? Beginning of September. I need the calendar up. Whatever the Tuesday is. First Tuesday in September. That's nearly given away from Manchester City. Ederson whacks that long. Header won by Smith. Kovacic combines with Nunes. And that should have been a free kick, I thought, for Bournemouth. And in the end, Bournemouth can whack it clear and get the ball. Rodri needs to be careful here. He doesn't want to get a yellow card, so he just lets him run by him. They do work it to the left-hand side here, Bournemouth. So it'd have been a silly yellow card for Rodri to have got. Bournemouth, that's a poor giveaway. Here's Foden. Gives the ball to Nunes. Bernardo's made a really good run, used by Nunes. Here's Bernardo Silva. Pitch very stretched now. Nunes bombing forward. Nunes can't get the shot away. Good defending and out for a corner kick to Manchester City. 5 minutes or so remaining here. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up. We're now 47 likes away from 100 likes. Do subscribe as well if you're new around here. And do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details. They're in the description. Also in the live chat. And also you can use the QR code on screen. So, corner kick here for Manchester City. Bernardo Silva goes over to take. Erling Haaland into the box. Rodri's in the box. Bournemouth don't look like the most physical of sides, so set pieces could be a way to go. Bernardo goes near post. Not the best of balls in. Bournemouth can get it clear, only to the edge of their own penalty area. Here is Nunes. He's tackled out, and that should be a throw into Manchester City. No, he's giving it to Bournemouth. Nunes can't believe it. And Manchester City can scramble that one clear. Bournemouth looking a bit frustrated. Here's Rodri coming forward, gets pushed in the back, and that'll be a free kick. Bournemouth fans, again, not very happy with that. Rodri just knows the contact coming from Tavernier and goes down. And this is the advantage Man City have now. The 1-0 up. We can frustrate Bournemouth. We're so used to teams frustrating us, we can frustrate them. So free kicks in a pretty good position. Pretty central. About 30 yards out. Nunes and Foden stood over it. We'll see if it's a better effort on goal than the last effort from Foden. Let's see then. What can City do from this set piece? Just before half-time as well. Nunes passes it. Doesn't go for an effort on goal. Gives it to Bernardo. To Nunes. He does go deep. And cleared by Kovacic and Manchester City, and they can gather the ball up. I do apologise, my phone was buzzing then, that's what that big ring was, so if that was picked up on the microphone or anything, I do apologise. Nunes was challenged, should have been a free kick for City. Referee just plays an advantage. Manchester City can keep hold of the ball. Here's Akanji. Gives the ball to Bernardo Silva. It's been City in firm control of this game. Into the penalty area. City will be patient. Here's Foden. Foden with the effort, and keeper makes the save. Straight at the keeper in the end. Foden going with a shot on his weaker right foot. Straight at the keeper. No trouble for him. He'll pick that one up. I like that. The touch map of John Stones just all over the pitch. Left-hand side, right-hand side. He's not bothered. Defence, attack, he'll be there. Johnny Stones. What a player. I'm just having a watch of the Six Nations, and I think that game is done and dusted. Looks like Scotland's going to beat England. Means England are going to have to beat Ireland and France if they want any hope of winning the Six Nations. Which we all know is not going to happen. Here's Kirkez. Bournemouth just playing the ball. Nice little flick on. Looked like Tavernier was offside then. Flag's not gone up. Early ball comes across and Ederson picks the ball up. Akanji furious. Wants the offside flag. Which never came. Now, I get that they've got to wait. And I get that they want VAR to make the decision. But it's not a goal-scoring opportunity. He's just attacking down the right-hand side. He looked offside. So if he's offside, just flag it. He's either waiting for an opportunity to come in and then he's going to raise his flag, or he just didn't think it was offside. Either way, I think it's poor officiating from the linesman. Here's John Stones. Wouldn't it be great for him to grab a goal? He's been all over the place first half here for Manchester City. And I don't mean that in a bad sense. I mean that as in he's been literally everywhere on that pitch. Is there a blade of grass that John Stones hasn't been on? What a way to cap off a brilliant first half then with a John Stones rocket. That would be brilliant. Here is Akanji then. To John Stones right on the edge of the Bournemouth penalty area. And things are just being played at such a slow pace that even around the Bournemouth penalty area, everything's just so slow as John Stones dinks a ball towards the back post. Bournemouth get a flicked header backwards just to get it to the outside of the penalty area. Nunes still goes with a ball across for Manchester City. Bournemouth can get a foot onto that and get it clear. Here is recently single Ruben Dias, gives the ball to Akanji. Bernardo Silva now into the penalty area. Can get a ball across. Headed clear by Bournemouth, only as far as Akanji, and Man City here looking to up the ante and just try and find another goal just before half-time. 2-0 City in this first half it just kind of takes the game away from Bournemouth, really, doesn't it? Here's Bernardo Silva looking for Haaland. He'd not timed his run, he'd gone too early, so Bournemouth can get the ball back here. Bournemouth can come forward to the left-hand side, and good defending from Akanji and out for a throw-in to Bournemouth, which Kirkez is going to take and throw backwards. So 2 minutes remaining here of the first half. Manchester City lead by a goal to nil. Don't forget, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe. Do leave a thumbs up. Now 45 likes away from 100 likes. And do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Looked like that should have been a free kick against Nathan Ake on Semenyo. Bournemouth fans unhappy with that. It looked like a free kick for me. Bournemouth, the fans and the players feeling the frustrations there, looking to try and find something of their own here. Worked to Kirkez on the left-hand side and some defending here for City to do, and a shot comes in. It's blocked by Akanji and out for a corner to Bournemouth in what you think is going to be the last chance of the half. Even the Bournemouth keeper, Neto's gone inside the Manchester City half here. They're looking to really try and put City under pressure here in this minute. So everybody back for City to do some defending and see if City can defend this lead and get in at half-time with a 1-0 lead. Tavernier goes over to take the corner. Corner then comes in. Header won by Manchester City. Falls to the edge of the penalty area. Shot comes in. Ake can make the block. And Bournemouth need to get it right, otherwise City would be thinking about the counter-attack. They do get it right, they play it back to the keeper. So just 20 seconds or so left of the half. Bournemouth got the ball inside their own penalty area. Neto's just going to launch a ball forward in their last desperate hope of trying to get possession and try and muster up an attack. It works because Semenyo manages to get hold of the ball, so more defending here for Manchester City to do, and a shot comes in and it's saved by Ederson. The rebound's coming into Solanke. He looks miles offside. He didn't want to touch the ball, but he realised that if he didn't, a City player would have the ball. So flag does come up. That'll be offside, and that should take us in to half-time. It was offside there, Solanke. It was a good yard offside. And that is half-time. So Manchester City leading here Dean caught by a 1-0 thanks to Phil Foden it's not been the best of halves from Manchester City. It's not been the most fluent of games either, but what we're doing is enough to be winning this game. And the important thing going forward now into the second half is we find that burst of energy, try and go through the gears, push, and try and grab a goal early in that second half. You know, we can make it 2-0 inside the first 10-15 minutes of the second half, then we are in a really good position into the game. So, Manchester City, they're doing enough. We're winning the game at the moment. So, if that was a full-time whistle, I'd be a very happy JSGC right now, because the only thing that's important right now is Manchester City winning games and picking up 3 points. I don't really care how Manchester City do that, as long as we do it. Yeah, it'd be great to be winning games 4-5-0 and playing perfect football, but, you know, we're at the business end of the season. Beggars can't be choosers. We are chasing Liverpool. We need wins, so I will take any win that we are given. So, as long as it is a win, and that's what's happening at the moment, so I'm happy with that. So, heading on to today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Remember, link is in the description. It's a free app to download. That would be much appreciated. Has England just grabbed a try in that match? Maybe I was too quick to turn it off, and now I'll have a watch of that during halftime entertainment. Anyway, I'll take you on the scores from around the grounds, and we'll go through the statistics for this game as well. So, Premier League, full-time scores from before, early in the 3 p.m. kickoffs. Aston Villa 4, Nottingham Forest 2. Brighton 1, Everton 1. Crystal Palace 3, Burnley 0. Manchester United 1. Fulham 2, currently latest score at half-time, it is Fulham 0, Manchester City 1. Remember, you do have Arsenal taking on Newcastle later on today at 8 p.m. GMT. So, statistics for this game, Manchester City, expected goal rate at this moment in time at 1.28, with Bournemouth at just 0.13. 34% possession for Bournemouth. They still managed to have 4 shots, 2 on target, and a couple of saves for Ederson to make. City dominating the ball, 66% possession, 9 shots, 4 on target, and that goal from Phil Foden. Nadir says Bournemouth. Did I not say Bournemouth? That's what I mean. Bournemouth. If I didn't say it, I do apologise. In terms of corners, 2 corners for Bournemouth, 1 for Manchester City, 1 offside for Bournemouth, none for Manchester City. Bournemouth very much more physical than City. Pressing City, 8 fouls compared with a 3 for City. They've had 1 yellow card. City haven't had any. One of the coaches into the book as well. It's been a very physical game. There's not a lot of space to work with. We're being pressed and pressed high. So Manchester City, maybe they're going to hope in the second half that Bournemouth will start to tire a little bit. And, you know, as long as we can keep Bournemouth out, we get it to 70, 75 minutes. You start thinking about your Jeremy Dokus, your Jack Grealishes, your Kevin De Bruyne's maybe. Chuck them onto the pitch last 15 minutes. Way up from there. I'm hoping we're not going to need these players. You know, we've chosen to rotate a little bit. Maybe 1 or 2 players will go off, and then we'll give a full rotation in the match against Luton. But today's just very much about Man City getting the job done, and job done means Man City winning the game. And at the moment, that's what we're doing. So I'm pretty happy with that at this moment in time. So, other scores from around the grounds. Just going to have a check from the rest of the games in England. You've had Championship action. Hull 1, West Brom 1, Blackburn 1, Norwich 1, Cardiff 2, Stoke 1, Ipswich 3, Birmingham 1, Middlesbrough 0, Plymouth 2, Queen's Park Rangers 2, Rotherham United 1, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Bristol City 1, Southampton 1, Millwall 2, Sunderland 1, Swansea 2, and Watford 1, Huddersfield 2 in League 1, Cambridge 0, Peterborough 1, Barnsley 2, Derby 1, Blackpool 4, Bolton 1, Bristol Rovers 2, Carlisle 1, Burton 0, Northampton 2, Charlton 0, Portsmouth 0, Exeter 1, Fleetwood 1, Oxford United 1, Leyton Orient 2, Port Vale 0, Lincoln 2, Reading 2, Shrewsbury 3, and Stevenage 1, Wickham 0 in League 2, Accrington 0, Crawley 1, Doncaster 1, Wimbledon 0, Forest Green 1, Tranmere 0, Gillingham 1, Wrexham 0, Harrogate 0, Walsall 2, Mansfield 5, Salford 1, MK Dons 3, Newport 0, Morecambe 1, Grimsby 1, Notts County 1, Crewe 3, Stockport 0, Swindon 0, and Sutton 1, Colchester 1. Into the National League, Eastleigh 2, Bromley 0, Altrincham 1, Maidenhead 3, Barnet 2, York 0, Borehamwood 4, AFC Fylde 0, Chesterfield 2, Rochdale 2, Dagenham and Redbridge 0, Halifax 1, Dorking Wanderers 1, Ebbsfleet 2, Gateshead 4, Oxford 0, Oldham 1, Kidderminster 2, Solihull 2, Hartlepool 1, Southend 4, Aldershot 1, and Woking 1, Wealdstone 1. There we go, that's you up to date from around the grounds. We're now 39 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe as well, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. Guys, get your thoughts then at half-time in the comments. You can see a few of you guys in there. Nadir saying City are playing good, happy with that. Andrew saying hope Nunes is off at half-time, been a waste of space, not been impressed. If he goes off, was it Doku, Grealish, who would you send on if Nunes is to come off? Way says, you think the reason teams like Arsenal and Liverpool score more than us is because we revolve around Erling Haaland? I'd say that they score more because teams just play a little bit more open. I also look to in particular towards Liverpool, and I think Liverpool's attacking front line is their unique selling point. You know, the likes of Salah, Jota, Diaz, Nunes. You know, top quality players all across that attacking line. Gakpo as well. For Manchester City, the style's a little bit different. Man City's all about players inverting, cutting in, being versatile. I mean, look at Phil Foden. Phil Foden plays left, plays right, goes through the centre. John Stones has been covering every inch of that grass at the Vitality Stadium today. The expectation from Manchester City isn't you just sit up top and score goals. You've got to work hard. You've got to help the team. You've got to drop into space. You've got to find the gaps. You've got to drop deeper to pick the ball up, to be involved in the game. You've got to work the ball out wide. Who's the wingers for Man City? Who's the central players? Who knows? There's so much going on. But, you know, end of the day, if it helps Man City to 3 points, I'm happy because at the end of the day, the team that finishes first is the team that picks up the most points. And we know that if Man City win every game between now and the end of the season, we win the Premier League trophy. Simple as that. Keith reckons 4 more goals incoming. I do hope you are right. Big Morgan says he wants City to be more clinical in front of goal. Of course, 11 shots, 4 on target. Just 1 goal for Manchester City to show for that. So do get your thoughts in the live chat. That would be much appreciated. So guys, I do have some halftime entertainment for you guys to enjoy. It is brought to you by Mixid, my partner channel. Links and details, they are in the description. One of my favourite videos, this. It is the Berrylicious Mocktail, which is produced by Hard Rock Cafe, or it was. You can only find it in limited places right now. I've managed to find it in Prague when I was out there doing an overnight stay for when I went to the Manchester City away game against RB Leipzig in the Champions League group stage game. And I've not really managed to find it in many other places. I think they might have had it in Iceland, if I remember rightly, but certainly not in the UK and in a lot of other places. Anyway, he did a recreation of it. So sit back, relax, enjoy, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself some snacks, and I'll see you ready for the second half. Enjoy!
What's up guys, I hope you're having an awesome day, and today's cocktail is a mocktail, as I will be doing the recreation of the Berrylicious mocktail. As you can see, I went to Manchester and I just loved it. I want to recreate this mocktail for you, and it will kick off the summer series, which is a nice introduction to the summer drinks and cocktails. The drink is from Hard Rock Cafe in Manchester or Las Vegas or any Hard Rocks in the world. Ingredients, which is 6 strawberries, which I've already cut off the leaves. Just dump them in. Lots of raspberries. I'll use about half. And to give it its colour, a few blackberries, don't want too many. We're just going to do a smooth, natural blend. When you blend it, you'll see the seeds, and you do not want seeds in the final, well, the final result of this drink. Now to add in the orange juice, line it up a bit. I reckon about 100 ml.
Yeah.
4 parts. Or for American, 3 and a bit ounces. Or 3 ounces, it will go half. 3 orange and passion fruit. this is our substitute for the raspberry liquor or the modern. You can use a raspberry syrup if you got it. But so just a tiny amount. There we go. Let's sip it into a jug, as I'll be doing that off camera. You don't need to watch that one.
2,000 years later.
I'm going to sip it all. It looks a lot better than without the seeds. Oh, look at that, it's just beautiful to look at. And to finally garnish it with one strawberry and half a wheel of orange. Strawberry. You recreate a very delicious mocktail from a Hard Rock Cafe. How does it taste? Absolutely beautiful. A very delicious mocktail with the raspberry, the strongest flavour. And so it gives it its name, the Very Delicious. It's absolutely delicious, sweet, full mocktail, and I would highly recommend if you ever go to Hard Rock Cafe.
Very nice, very fruity, and yeah, very nice. Just like the one that we had at Hard Rock Cafe, both in Vegas and Manchester.
A very delicious mocktail recreated from Hard Rock Cafe, and if you're watching Hard Rock Cafe, feel free to sponsor this video. Future videos, as I'd love to recreate more if you wish. Hard Rock Cafe, my email's in the description below if you wish to hit me up, mixit@gmail.com. And I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and have an awesome day, and I will see you for the next video. And also I've got a few vlogs coming up from Las Vegas which you'll want to stay tuned. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Mixit if you love this content, and also future vlogs as well. You can check out my social in the description below, my Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. And also my emails if you wish for sponsorship. Have an awesome day, guys, and I will see you in the next cocktail video. Cheers, guys.
Thank you very much there to Mixid for providing today's halftime entertainment. Do go and check them out. As I said, links and details, they are in the description. Wade says, is Kane more clinical than Haaland this season? To be fair, I've not had a chance to watch too much Bundesliga football. And when I have had a chance to watch it, I've been more impressed with Bayer Leverkusen than I have with anything that Bayern Munich have done. But, I mean, Haaland's still the Premier League top goal scorer. I'd probably say that it's harder to score goals in the Premier League than it is in the Bundesliga. So I think it's an unfair comparison. I still think that Erling Haaland's going to get, 25 to 30 Premier League goals, which in a normal regular season is a very good tally in what has been, in my opinion, I don't think anyway, the best of seasons that Erling Haaland has had, and he's spent 2 months out injured, but he's just one of them fantastic world-class strikers that he's always going to score goals. It's what he does. He's just a natural-born goal scorer. There'll be games where, he misses 2 or 3 opportunities, as does every striker. There'll be games where he might only have 3 or 4 opportunities in a game and he comes away with 3 or 4 goals. It's Erling Haaland. It's what he does. But there's no doubting of his quality. He scores goals. He'll continue to score goals. There's going to be many more goals that Haaland's going to score for City. Not just this season, but for many seasons to come. So, Kane's a fantastic striker. There's many fantastic strikers out there who are more than capable of scoring a lot of goals. You ask who's the better striker and who's more clinical in front of goal. Is Erling Haaland the very best striker that I've ever seen who's deadly clinical in front of goal? Probably not, but is he one of the most well-rounded strikers that I've ever come across? Most certainly. You know, Erling Haaland's just as big, just as tall, just as physical, just as good in the air as what Harry Kane is. Erling Haaland's probably a little bit quicker than what Harry Kane is. Harry Kane's probably a lot better at dropping into the gaps and picking up space than what Erling Haaland is. You know, strikers have different things that they're able to offer. Both very physical strikers, which means they're both going to score goals in physical leagues, like the Bundesliga, like the Premier League. So, yeah, it's impossible to compare. Mainly down to the quality and what teams do. Teams don't like to give Man City space, so it doesn't give Haaland any space. He has 2 or 3 defenders around him every game. Second half does get underway here. Manchester City attacking from right to left, and Bournemouth attacking from left to right. Brian says, Nunes as a winger is impressive. Been impressed with Nunes' performance. He's been very involved for Manchester City. I'd like to see Nunes back himself a little bit more. I say this all the time about Jack Grealish. I want to see more confidence. I want to see him really back himself, that he can believe in himself, that he can score goals, that he can get them assists. I think Nunes and Jack Grealish suffer from that. Is there the extra pass? Is there something else I can do? Is there a better option out there? Just need to believe in yourself. P. Diddy, how old is Mixid? Mixid is 33. Line Inspector Tuning says, haven't been following too much of the games recently. What happened to Grealish? Is he dead? Now I can confirm he's very much alive. He's just had a little injury. He's just come back from that and he's in the squad today, which is good news. We're going to need Jack Grealish over the coming games. It's going to be very important that we have him around. So the game just stopped there for Ruben Dias to have, I think, some tablets or medication. I'm not too sure what medication he's on. Amsterdam South. I've not heard anything. Alec, thanks for tuning in. Reckons Haaland scoring. Do hope you're alright. Here is Matheus Nunes. Gets lucky with the deflection. Gives it to Kovacic. Bournemouth can come forward. Alex says, not medication, it's vitamins. Taking vitamin pills. I wonder if there's some kind of vitamin deficiency there that he's taking the drugs for. And not just general vitamins. Because otherwise there won't be a specific time to take them if not prescribed. Yusuf, thanks for tuning in. Says, got to score another. You fancy City are going to need another. You really do fancy that City are going to need another goal. John, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. As we're now 32 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here. And do check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Also in the live chat, or you can use the QR code on screen. They help to provide all the half-time updates from around the grounds, all the analysis, all the statistics for you guys. Help me keep up to date with what's happening in the Six Nations and England losing. I think they might already have lost, actually, to Scotland at Murrayfield in the Six Nations today. So keeping me up to date with the test match in India as well, England playing India. So not just got football scores on there, but other sports as well. Free app to download, so do go and check it out. That'd be much appreciated. Does help to support the future content created here on my channel. Here is Phil Foden driving forward for Manchester City. Gets to the edge of the penalty area. Bournemouth managed to scramble enough bodies back. Try and play a ball forward to Semenyo. Cut off really well by Nathan Ake. Here is Nunes now. Gives the ball to Kovacic. Here's Rodri. Finds Ruben Dias. Recently single Ruben Dias. Here's Bernardo Silva. Gives the ball to Akanji. Bernardo. Tries to play a ball across. Too many bodies around it. Bournemouth can come away with the ball. There is a Bournemouth player down as well. Solanke drops a shoulder well, works it to Smith on the right-hand side. Bournemouth continue to play on, and the player is back up. I think it might have been Kirkez it was that went down. Semenyo picks the ball up here for Bournemouth. He's got 3 bodies in front of him. If you want to put a ball into the box, doesn't put the ball in as of yet. Just works the ball backwards here to Cook. As we're now 31 likes away from 100 likes. And we're into the 49th minute here now. Manchester City leading at the Vitality Stadium by 1-0, thanks to a first half goal from Phil Foden. Here's Bournemouth coming forward. Played some good stuff at times. Here's Tavernier now. Ball gets worked across and too much on that. Out of play. And that will be a goal kick to Manchester City. It was Kirkez that got forward and tried to put the ball into the score. Amelia reckons Haaland scoring soon. I do hope you're right. Could do with the reassurance here of the second goal for Manchester City. And I think there's just been too many times where Manchester City have just not just taken the foot off the gas, which is frustrating. I feel like this game's there for Manchester City if they want to, and they don't. They're 1 up, and Kluivert has a shot. First time I've seen Kluivert, son of Patrick Kluivert, really get involved in the game. Justin Kluivert, his son there, has an effort from around 30 yards out. Straight to Ederson. It was low. No problem for Ederson. Probably a bigger issue with the awkward landing and just gathering it up cleanly. Manages to gather it up on the second attempt. Ball comes forward to Haaland. Does really well. Gets a good touch. Here's Bernardo Silva. Plays the ball forward. Here's Haaland into the penalty area. Just shoves a defender out the way and has a shot out for a corner to Manchester City. Daniel, hello. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. That's better. That's the intensity that I want from Manchester City there. Andrew says, too pedestrian at the start of this half, allowing Bournemouth to get into the game and getting shots away. I agree. That intensity that we saw from City there is much better. So a corner here for City. Can they make it count? Foden goes over to take. Chance for us to get the likes of Ake, Akanji, Diaz, etc. forward. Corner comes in. Header won by, I think, Bournemouth heading out for another corner, this time on the other side, on the City left-hand side. So a chance for us to put another ball into the box. Nunes comes over to take this one. Pep Guardiola just rubbing his head and having a little bit to think about. Once again, City keep the likes of Diaz, Ake, Akanji, Rodri, etc. forward. Nunes, deep ball in. Keeper doesn't claim it cleanly. Spills it. Bournemouth want a free kick. Referee says no free kick. And I thought Bournemouth were going to get that ball clear. Faffing around with it. They're giving the ball away again. It's twice now. What are Bournemouth doing? Messing around in silly areas. You don't want to be doing that against Manchester City in your own final third. You really don't. Here's Nathan Ake. Finds Akanji popping up in attacking midfield. Plays a nice pass to Foden. Squares it across. There's nobody there. Here's Bernardo Silva. Picks it up on the right-hand side. He goes for a shot and out for another corner. Really good pass that from Akanji. I think Akanji's been improving his offensive play. He really has. Really good pass from Akanji. I'm not too sure if Foden had kept himself onside. If he kept himself onside, it was a well-timed pass. Anyway, corner for City. Foden to take, this time on City's right-hand side. Linear says, the aggression that I see, I like it. It's better. It's the intensity from City. They're looking for that second goal. Once more, Stones, Ake, Rodri, Diaz, Akanji, Haaland, all in the box for City here. Defending for Bournemouth to do. Ball comes in, looking for the near post. Good defending from Bournemouth. They win the header. Trying to get it clear. Rodri just heads it backwards. Kovacic works it back to the left, to the right-hand side, looking for Foden. Can't find Foden. Does find the header of Bernardo Silva, though, who will find Phil Foden. Plays a pass into Bernardo Silva, just pushes himself into the penalty area. He's looking for the near post, and keeper comes out and gathers that one up well. Haaland was lurking around. Neto looking to try and get Bournemouth going and rolling again. This is good because this is the advantage that Man City have, because we found that opening goal. It means Bournemouth have got to play football. They've got to come out. They've got to make things happen. They've got to put pressure onto Manchester City. As Bournemouth, it's unlucky. Really unlucky. A ball gets played forward. I think City were waiting for the whistle on a foul on Nathan Ake. It never came. Ball comes across. Shot comes in. I think Ruben Dias is the man that makes the block. Weren't the cleanest of efforts on goal, but that was an opportunity for Bournemouth. It really was. Man City just looking to try and slow the tempo of the game down a little bit. We're at a very pivotal point of the game, you feel. Small, thanks for tuning in. Ethan says Doku needs to come on. I can't imagine it'll be too long before you see Doku coming on. Running at tired legs could work well. Lovely work from John Stones. He bursts forward. He's got acres of space. Finds Nunes. I'd like to have seen John Stones have an effort at goal then. Here's Bernardo Silva now to Haaland. Gives the ball to Rodri. Thought about a Rodri rocket. Gives it to Foden. Lovely feet from Foden. Finds Erling Haaland. And Haaland's not going to keep that one in. And that's going to go out of play for a goal kick. And John Stones, the space was there for him. Just driving forward. Yaya Toure-esque. I'd like to have seen John Stones just drive forward and plant a shot. I think it was Tavernier that had the shot for Bournemouth. It weren't the cleanest of efforts, and Ruben Dias heads it clear. Daniel, I didn't watch the United Fulham game. I saw the result though. Funny. And hopefully now that'll just knock a bit of confidence away from United ahead of the Manchester derby next weekend. They're going to be missing Haaland. It's a huge blow for Manchester United, and it could be potentially very fatal for Manchester United in their bid to try and make Champions League football next season. Really could. Hopefully we can make it back-to-back losses for them in the Premier League. Excuse me. Here is Phil Foden. Finds Nunes to Kovacic. Ake now to Rodri. Can't imagine it'll be too long before we see the likes of Alvarez and Doku here. Nunes wanted Kovacic to make a bursting run forward. He doesn't, and the pass weren't that accurate either. Here is Foden now to Kovacic. Finds Rodri. I feel like Man City at times just look for the safe pass. Nunes was making a couple of good runs there, pointing where he wanted the ball to be played in, and the pass never came, and City too busy going sideways, looking for the safer pass, rather than the riskier pass, which I think can be a bit frustrating for Nunes. Daniel, I think I'd be starting Kevin De Bruyne as well in that Manchester derby. All depends on how fit he is. Obviously, City don't want him to take the risk with the niggles in his hamstring. Hamstring injuries can be, at the best of times, complicated. Here is Bournemouth coming forward then, inside the Manchester City half. City managed to get bodies back. So Bournemouth just forced backwards here. Not really got anywhere to go. Larissa, thank you very much for the €2 donation. Much appreciated, my friend. And shout out to you. Helping to support the future content created here on my channel. Much appreciated, and a salute to you. The geezer Dan saying, hopefully Arsenal will lose later. Wishful thinking on my part, but certainly hope so. It'd be great to get a favour off Newcastle later. A result at the Emirates for Newcastle today would be brilliant if City can win as well. Puts Arsenal further behind Liverpool and Manchester City. You know, we've got a big Manchester derby and a showdown coming up with Liverpool at Anfield. We've got Arsenal to play at the end of the month. It's a massive month. I genuinely do believe that this 3-horse race will be a 2-horse race by April 1st. So some team's going to drop off. The question is, which team is going to be that team that drops off? City with the big games, we can get the big results. It could be an Arsenal or a Liverpool that drop off. Ruben Dias putting pressure, and shot comes in from Bournemouth, and quite possibly the best chance of the game. Tavernier with another shot wide. Should be finding the target there for me. And once again, City having the danger of not finding that crucial killer second goal, that Bournemouth, whilst it's 1-0, are still alive. Half an hour or so remaining here. Daniel, Arsenal, he reckons, will be the team that falls off. Potentially. Big game for them today. Obviously, going to have to go full strength against FC Porto in the Champions League. Not going to be easy. There's not as many opportunities to rotate. They don't really have too much depth. We'll see. Here's Nunes. It's not the best of balls from Nunes. I think Nunes would probably be my first substitution, if I'm honest. I think we'll get a poll out. Who would you bring on? Who would you like to see come on? We'll put in Doku, Grealish. What else should we go for? Alvarez or KDB. There we go. Poll running. Who would you like to see come on then for Manchester City? I feel sorry for Matheus Nunes. I really do. Looks like my poll's going to be answered very quickly because Doku's going to be the one that's coming on for Manchester City. Messi Mar, thank you very much for the €1 donation. Much appreciated. Salute to you and shout out as well. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Remember, any donations that are made to the channel does get put back into the channel and helping to provide quality content for you guys to enjoy. So I do appreciate the donations. So thank you very much to Larissa before and Messi Marv there as well. Much appreciated. Here is Bernardo Silva plays a pass into John Stones. He's been everywhere, John Stones. Gets a cross into the box as well. Headed clear by Bournemouth. Bournemouth managed to get it clear and get it forward. So I imagine it's probably going to be either Nunes or Kovacic that Doku's going to come on for. Probably Nunes. Struggled a little bit. As I said, he's had ideas and no one's really been on his wavelength. It's just looked a little disjointed on that left-hand side. I think Nunes probably knows it's going to be him. So he's looking for a bit of individual magic here just to try and showcase what he can do. Finds Nathan Ake with the pass to Rodri. 29 minutes just under remaining here at the Vitality Stadium. Manchester City leading this crucial Premier League game by 1-0 thanks to a first half goal from Phil Foden. Don't forget, guys, we are now 31 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe and also don't forget to check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description and also in the live chat. Dave says, as a Borough fan, I hate it when I have to wish the Magpies well, but it is one of those days as Phil Foden gets into a good area, avoids a challenge, his pass can't find Bernardo Silva, and Bournemouth should get this one clear. They get it off Bernardo Silva's leg and out for a goal kick, and good defending that from Kirkez as well. Dave, we need a favour. It's as simple as that, so it's got to come at a cost. You know, you want a favour, favours come at a cost. As Matheus Nunes is the man that is going to make way here for Jeremy Doku. As the poll says, they'd like to see Alvarez come on. Jeremy Doku currently in second place on the vote. KDB in third and Jack Grealish in fourth. De Bruyne carrying little niggles in his hamstring and Grealish just coming back from injury. Probably not players we're going to see. Julia said before, like to see Bobb come on. Oscar Bobb's a good shout. But it is going to be Jeremy Doku that comes on. He's going to go on the left-hand side. And Adam Smith's just going to be thinking to himself, here we go. A fresh Jeremy Doku who's got 28 minutes to run at him. Hopefully we can see a good quality end product from Jeremy Doku. Would be good. Here's Phil Foden then. Tries to play a back heel towards Jeremy Doku and throwing goes against Manchester City into Bournemouth. Zabani happy with that. Here's Manchester City then coming forward. Ruben Dias with the ball. Ball gets sent forward by Bournemouth. And thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Do hope you are well. I said poor pass from Bournemouth given away. And Manchester City can start thinking about turning defence into attack. Kovacic does really well. Referee plays a good advantage there. Foden drifts it out to Doku. Gosh, a lovely touch from Doku as well. Drives into the penalty area. Cavalry comes. Doku. He's got 3 around him. He's got nowhere to go, but he does get a corner. He does well. And hopefully that Doku coming on, 3 around him, might just free up a bit of space for the likes of Bernardo, for Foden, for Haaland. Really good touch that from Jeremy Doku. Really good touch. Daniel says, hoping Manchester City batter Manchester United next week. That'd be the ideal time if we're going to go out there and batter a team. Go and batter Manchester United next week. That'd be great. So a corner here for Manchester City. What can they do with it? Phil Foden applauds the City fans where he's just walked over to take the City corner on the City attacking left-hand side. Again, we've got Akanji, Rodri, Stones, Ake, Diaz, etc. all forward. Foden whips a ball in. Header won by Semenyo. He's looked good, Semenyo, in the air today for Bournemouth. Goes out to Jeremy Doku here on the left-hand side for Manchester City. Gives the ball to Rodri. He's just going to chip a ball in towards the back post and should be a free kick for Bournemouth. No? Yeah, referee does give a free kick in the end. Ruben Dias asking for a handball there against Bournemouth. I think more in hope than expectation from Ruben Dias. Let's have a look. So it gets chipped in. Header gets won. And I don't think I see too much in a handball, if I'm honest. Nah, not for me. A bit of a weak free kick, but yeah, there we go. Glimpse, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Here's Bournemouth coming forward now. On their right-hand side, Semenyo's got an overlap of Smith to use. Ake gets well, does really well. Gets into a good position, gets the block in, out for a corner. And says Diaz been playing better of late. It's got his recently single. He's got nothing to concentrate on other than his performances. And it works. Glimpse says, do I know MCFR TV? Sometimes tunes in on my live stream, so yeah, I do. Corner here then. Tavernier to take for Bournemouth. A chance for them to get some players forward. Corner comes in. It's deep. And header won and Ederson makes the save and it rebounds in and cleared by Manchester City. Referee checks his watch. It doesn't cross the line. It's a good save from Ederson and it's a good deep ball played in and City will just whack that one clearing out for a throw and Bournemouth take a lot of confidence from that. Good ball comes in. Good save from Ederson. Right on the line. Good stuff. Nathan Ake was beaten in the air. It was a real opportunity. It was Solanke with the header. And again, we've got to be careful here. We've got to be really careful. There's 23 minutes remaining. We've got a slender 1-goal advantage. Bournemouth come out and grab an equaliser. We're in bother. There is just no margin for error for Manchester City. But I always say, you need to walk before you run. And before Man City start playing fluent, clean performances, Manchester City need to ensure that they are able to 1-0 games. Sometimes you're not going to be on it. So you need to make sure you're not conceding and you're doing enough that sometimes scoring 1 goal is enough to win a game and pick up the 3 points. So guys, we're now 27 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe as well. That would be much appreciated. Do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Nadir reckons Bournemouth scoring if we don't grab a second. You may well be right. Attack the best form of defence. So the chat reckons on the poll, Alvarez they'd like to see come on next. Messi Marv says, I want to invest in your channel. That'd be fantastic. Says, can we get in touch? You can get in touch, certainly. Just email in the description. You can see it on the screen as well. JSGC171@gmail.com is where I do all my business side of things. If you want to get in touch, just let me know that it's Messi Marv that's tuning in so I know who everybody is. As Solanke's in a great position here. Shot, it's a brilliant blow from Ruben Dias. A shot came in, he followed him all the way. I feel uneasy right now, guys. I think Man City need to try and... This is what I was on about before. They need to have players that can just grab the game by the scruff of the neck. Bournemouth are getting on top. The tails are up. They fancy that they're going to score soon. They're encouraged. They're confident. They're coming forward. City need to be careful. There's space for Bournemouth to work in. Ball comes across. Diaz is there to make the block again. Dangerous times. Dangerous times for Manchester City. 20 minutes remaining. And we could really do with grabbing that second goal. Here's Haaland. He's brought down. It's a free kick every day of the week. A yellow card. It'd be a blue card under the new rules, that. Andrew says, feels like Bournemouth are the one that's going to nick a goal whilst we're wasting time. The geezer Dan makes a really good point. Do I reckon City are going to go for a strong team against Luton in the Cup with having United next week? I reckon they'll rotate. A lot of the players you see on the bench today will be starting in that game because City will want to keep them sharp and fresh. Anyone that's got any chances of being injured, they won't start. The key important players for City that are starting today probably aren't going to start in that game. Falls to Kovacic, just wide. So your Fodens, your Haalands, your Rodris, your Diazes, maybe your John Stones. I don't think the likes of them will be playing. I don't think it'll be a full 11 changes, but I certainly reckon 6 or 7 changes for City. Phil Foden then is going to come over and take this corner. Took a deflection, that effort from Kovacic that went just wide. As we're now 24 likes away from 100 likes. Let's get them likes up, guys. We've got around 20 minutes or so remaining. If we can get to 100 likes, that would be absolutely brilliant. Foden then to take the corner. It's deep towards Haaland. Ake's the one that wins the header, and Neto chooses to... He's going wide. He chooses to dive down and make the save just so he can get the ball back into play and get the ball rolling because time is of the essence for Bournemouth as they play a ball forward. Akanji reads it very well and makes the interception. Good work from Akanji. I was impressed with Akanji midweek against Brentford. I've been impressed with Akanji today going on the right-hand side. And it's this man, John Stones, on the ball. He's covered every inch of that grass. Does well for City and gets a corner and just killed another minute off the clock. City can just take a breather and they can get players forward. I've been impressed with John Stones today. He's looked really good. Nadir reckons don't see City scoring. Stones, one of the players forward here. Rodri, Akanji, Diaz, Ake, Haaland, all in the box. Corner comes in. Fisted clear by Neto. And whacked clear by Bournemouth. City preparing the next sub. My eyesight's so bad I can't even make out who City are bringing on. Maybe someone in the chat can enlighten me there who that was. Hoping City will just get the ball into midfield so I can have a closer look. Is it Alvarez? It looks like. I think that might be coming on. Anyway, here's Bernardo Silva to Kovacic. I wonder if Man City, if it is Alvarez coming on, might be tempted to take Haaland off as Ederson just sells a dummy there to Dominic Solanke. As we're now 23 likes away from 100 likes. Here's Ruben Dias into a very tense part of the game now. Ball gets played into the channel for Haaland. Shoved to the ground. Should be a free kick. Referee says no. I mean, to be fair, how many times has Haaland shoved people to the ground? And to be fair, again, you saw more shoving going on there, and the referee chooses not to give a free kick. So, game's getting a bit feisty, but referee's happy for it to play on and continue, which is how it should be. Let the game flow. 50-50 challenges coming in. Is it a free kick? I'm not sure. If you're not sure, don't give a free kick. Let the game flow. Just because someone's raised their hands and they've got physical in a physical game doesn't necessarily mean that it's a foul. As I said, Haaland's always raising his hands and brushing past people. Doesn't mean it's a foul. He's got to be stronger. Here's Doku. Bournemouth's pressing's been so good today. So good. City just haven't had a second. Here's Kovacic. Plays the ball to Haaland. Oh, Haaland's in here. Haaland's in here. Haaland, surely no. It's a good save from Neto. The angle just was narrowed down so tight that City just couldn't find the angle to find the shot. I felt maybe Haaland was going to pull the trigger, but he doesn't. He just looks to maybe try and round the keeper, and the extra second, I think, just makes the angle too tight that the keeper knows exactly where he's going to have that shot. He knows what's going to happen, so he makes the save. Alvarez is the man that's going to come on. The spider coming on. It is. I said it might be Haaland that comes off, and it is Haaland. Frustrated. Had a couple of good opportunities. Probably should have had a couple of goals. He doesn't. He'll be frustrated with that. Hopefully he'll be hungry for goals in the derby next weekend. I don't think I want to see Haaland starting in the cup midweek. He might request to start in the cup midweek just to try and see if he can find a goal or two to give him a little bit more confidence. As another cross comes in from Bournemouth, well defended by Manchester City. Here's John Stones. He's just going to put that one out for a throw-in rather than for a corner. So Doku and Alvarez, two subs made by City. Bournemouth take the throw-in. They take it quickly. They're just working it backwards. They're just looking to try and find that little gap. Bournemouth have had more shots than City in this second half. They've had more possession than what they had in the first half as well, Bournemouth. I've been impressed with Bournemouth. They haven't parked the bus. They haven't sat really tight and invited pressure. They've pressed, non-stop running. It's 1-0 Manchester City, but it's been, as a whole, a good game of football to watch. A competitive game of football, a close game. And Bournemouth kept it close. It weren't anti-football. I've been impressed. Anyway, we're now 22 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe, and don't forget to check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Remember, anyone that does download the SofaScore app using my link does help to support the future content created here on my channel. It is a free app to download. It's a fantastic app as well, so do go and check it out and keep you up to date with all your scoring needs throughout the rest of the season and with other sports as well. Andrew says, so hesitant, no intent for City to try and kill this game off. And as I said, I feel like Manchester City, you look at the results and you say it's not been convincing from City. As Bournemouth break forward here, Doku trying to get back. Free kick not given to Bournemouth. Need to be careful here because Solanke's in the penalty area. Falls to the edge of the penalty area here. Here is Semenyo. It looks like he's going to get surrounded out and City can come away with the football. And Kovacic looking for a free kick will get a free kick and the crowd very annoyed by that. So 13 big minutes coming up. It has been not the most convincing of performances, but at the moment Man City are just doing enough. They're doing enough for what they need to do. You do sense at some point that a team that's capable may be able to do a job on City, but hopefully Man City could just start to learn to grind results out, because what City are doing right now could be very important come the end of the season. There might be really important games, cup finals, where we're narrowly 1-0 ahead. You need to be able to grind it out, and you'll look back to these games as the experience of saying we're capable of doing that, because you're not going to win every game by 2, 3, 4 goals. It's not going to happen. And while Man City are getting the wins, there's not a problem there. When they stop winning is when there is a problem. That's when we'll talk about the not being clinical in front of goal, etc., which is what, to me, led to Manchester City's little stumble that we had. In the December time, end of November, December time of the season, as that goes out of play. This game's getting a bit scrappy. Mixed in, thanks for tuning in. Says just finished a series, finished a video, and he's got a new cocktail series as well that's been born. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. I will check it out after the stream. And Messi Mar, thank you very much for sending the mail. I will check it out after the stream. Much appreciated. So here comes Bournemouth making a change. You're going to see Sensei come off and Favre, how you say his name? Favre, come on. Linda says these are the moments where Jack Grealish shines the most. He really takes the sting out of games, doesn't he? It's what Jack Grealish does. He's one of them players that I call a shithouse player. He loves buying free kicks and everything. Mixon said video out tomorrow. I'll check the video out tomorrow then. What's the new series that's been born? I'm excited. Here is Dominic Solanke. Bournemouth getting players forward, growing in confidence. We need that second goal. We need that second goal. Ball gets squared across the City penalty area. There's nobody there for Bournemouth, and Alvarez can come forward. Oh, these are nervy moments for Manchester City. Nervy moments, as we're now 21 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Let's get to 100 likes, guys. Here's Nathan Ake. Gives the ball to Johnny Stones. Back to Nathan Ake again. City can drive themselves forward. Here's Kovacic. To John Stones. Here's Foden. Foden now being almost like Bernardo Silva, dropping into them deep areas. Allison says, we've now moved from the bus to the car. Parking a bus to parking a car. Nervy moments. Nadir reckons Bournemouth are going to score. I hope not, as we're now 19 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Here is Johnny Stones then to Rodri. Gives the ball to Akanji on the right-hand side. Here is Rodri. Pings the ball to the left. Doku collects the ball. And Doku has a shot and out for a corner. It's better. It's better. Better intensity from City. Now 17 likes away from 100 likes. Mordecai says, Man City this season just not there yet. We're missing Gundogoals. We're missing Mahrez. Killing these games off. These important players. This is why I said I was looking for the likes of Nunes and Kovacic to really stretch into their own. Not really seen it as Kirkes feeling a bit of fatigue, getting a bit of cramp. It's been a high-energy game. There's lots of pressing going on from Bournemouth, lots of running going on. They'll start to tire, and hopefully City can put them to the sword, is what I'm hoping. As Alvarez puts a corner in. Keeper fist it clear. Neto in goal. Only back to Alvarez again. Here's Jeremy Doku. Have a drive into the penalty area, Jeremy. Puts a cross in. Headed clear. I don't think Doku's forte is crossing. Mixed says, hit me like lightning when filming the Alabama Slammer. Have a guess what I should call the series. Is it? I don't know what the Alabama Slammer is. Is it some kind of like prison-based drink? Is it a prison-based series? Most lethal cocktails? I'm not sure. Enlighten us all. Educate us all. Because we're now 16 likes away from 100 likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description, keeping you up to date with all your latest scores from around the grounds with football and all the other sports as well. It's a free app to download, very highly rated. Do go and check it out. Links in the description, links in the live chat, or use the QR code on screen. Good tackle that from Akanji. He's had another good game for City. Played on the left-hand side of defence for City against Brentford. He did well there. Goes in on the right-hand side, today against Bournemouth. And he impresses on there as well, as City preparing themselves. Their third substitution. Bournemouth have broken the offside trap. Early cross comes in. Nobody's there. Semenyo's not there. Just a little bit beyond him. And out for a throw into City. As Mixon says, going for the 50 states of cocktails. Looking for 50 states. It's exciting. Linda says, once Doku decides to learn how to be decisive, he'll be unstoppable. Being clinical at goals is just going to be a bonus. Will be a very well-rounded player. Very dangerous player. He's very raw as well. Very raw. I think City knew that when they signed him, though. You know, it's going to take a few seasons to see the very best out of Jeremy Doku, but who knows, once he gets into his prime years, he gets to 26, 27 years old, and he's got a bit of maturity, it could be a very well-received, very well-developed winger. So, I'm excited. I think he's had a good first season for City, considering he's come from France, from a foreign league, not used to the players, the surrounding, the city or anything. I think he's adapted himself pretty well, and he's done everything that he can to try and impress as Kevin De Bruyne comes on for Kovacic for the final 6 or 7 minutes or so of the game, as we're now 15 likes away from 100 likes. Can we get there? I'm going back to my 6.8% cider. I need a stiff drink here. It's a nervous times. Ball given away by Bournemouth. Brilliant tackle from Bournemouth. Excellent tackle. Excellent tackle. It means Bournemouth can have an attack here. Left-hand side. Chance to put a cross in. They don't take that opportunity to put a cross in. Akanji. Can he get the ball? No. He allows a shot to come in and it's just wide. Jesus, man, this is tense. It's just come off the heel of Ruben Dias. It should be a corner. Goal kick. Jesus. 5 minutes. There's going to be a fair bit added on because there's been a bit of time wasting, and it's not been Bournemouth that's been time wasting. This has been a strange game of football. Topsy-turvy. End to end. Bournemouth chucking on another sub. This is backs against the wall. Arsenal, Liverpool will be watching this with keen interest. City with work to do. De Bruyne gives the ball to Alvarez. There's nobody in the box. There's nobody in the box. We're not going to sit here and just time waste. Oh, it should be a free kick every day of the week. It's a nasty challenge on KDB. John Stones, full of applause there. Look at De Bruyne there with the thick locks, his Prince Charming hairstyle. Straight out of the 90s. It's late from Ryan Christie. Very late. Linda says Ederson's had a decent shot stopper season so far. I think he's underrated. I think he's a good keeper. I really do. I have newfound respect from Ederson from his performance in the Champions League final. At no point this season, there's been a few iffy moments, but there's no point this season where I thought, you know what, I don't want Ederson to. I want Ederson to be dropped or he shouldn't be playing for Manchester City. I think he's a good keeper. He's done nothing wrong today as well. And we're now 87 minutes in. Free kick here for City. Rodri forward, Stones forward, Ake forward. De Bruyne whips it in. Keeper comes out, fist it clear, only as far as Doku. Mordecai says, Bayern Munich staggering this season. Imagine getting Musiala and Kimmich in this City side. It would be great. The problem we've got with that, as a yellow card comes in there for Bernardo Silva, I think. Yeah, Bernardo Silva is into the book for a cynical foul. Recognising the danger, takes a yellow card for the team. Bayern Munich not had a great season, but they've already announced that Thomas Tuchel is leaving at the end of the season. They want Xabi Alonso, which is a blow for Liverpool. I wouldn't rule out Jurgen Klopp not leaving Liverpool, by the way. Smoke and mirrors. I'll make an announcement. I'll get them riled up. We'll try and win a big trophy and then have a tremendous success at the end of the season. If I get it, he'll do Jordan Belford, Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not leaving! I can imagine him doing that. And I think with them getting a new manager, I'm not too sure. I can see Kimmich maybe wanting to stay. Musiala, I'm not too sure if he'd leave. We'll see. Anyway, nearly 50 people now tuning in. Much appreciated. Do leave a thumbs up. We're now 14 likes away from 100 likes. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Link and details there in the description. This is a very tense end to this game. 2 minutes remaining. Semenyo in a great position to put a cross into the penalty area. He goes up against Nathan Ake. He doesn't want to make the challenge. He doesn't want to give a penalty away. Because this ain't the time to be giving penalties away. He's got 3 players around him there, Semenyo. Doku goes in with the challenge. He wins the ball back for Manchester City. He does really well there, Jeremy Doku. He escapes from the pocket. He plays the pass to De Bruyne as well. Really good work that from Manchester City, and that'll be a free kick for City, and they can just take the foot off the gas and take a little bit of a breather and look to just slow this game down a little bit. Bournemouth really looking to... Well, they're really looking forward to getting their energy forward. They want this game resumed as quickly as possible. I've said before, City time wasting. How often do you get Man City time wasting? That's how good Bournemouth have been in this game. Their pressing game's been excellent. Defending has been very good. Getting forward, intensity's been good. They've just not quite had the clinical touch. Andrew says Alvarez has been non-existent. There's no one there to help him. That gap between midfield and striker is very big right now because the likes of Bernardo and Foden, they're having to drop a lot deeper. Long ball comes forward from Bournemouth. John Stones winning that. He's been everywhere for City. Bernardo just gives that ball away. Solanke should get surrounded out here, and Ruben Dias can get a foot in and make the interception. And he can find Kevin De Bruyne as well. Here is Rodri. Finds Phil Foden. Alvarez is forward. De Bruyne's forward. Alvarez, can he sort his feet out? Bournemouth scramble it and get it clear. Mordecai, I hope we're right as well, that we don't regret killing this off, as we're going to go into added on time now. 10 seconds plus whatever's to be added on. Mark my words, there'll be a long time added on. There's been some time wasting. Ball comes in! Oh, it's just wide from Bournemouth. I thought that was in. Oh my God, my heart skipped a beat. Time out. Where's the NFL when I need it? And a timeout. Oh my God, I thought that had gone in. Cross comes in. Oh my God. Unyal, former City man, wins the header. It's just wide. Oh my God. 6 minutes then. 30 seconds of them have gone. Freddie says 0-1 enough for now. Need to just try and see this one out. Andrew reckons City looking out for the count. City just... They'll be begging for that final whistle. Here's Bournemouth coming forward again. They whack it clear, City do. Honestly, where are these timeouts when you need it? Where are these timeouts when you need it? Plenty of time still left in this game. Plenty of work for City to do. I think if I were Pep, I'd be smart and I'd be getting a defender or two on. Take the attackers off and a defender or two. You've just got to see this out. Lil, I'm not drinking tequila. It is vintage apple cider. Here's De Bruyne. There is a chance here for City to kill it off if they want to. Here's Alvarez to Foden. Get it to the corner flag. Doku driving forward. Gives it to Bernardo Silva. Get it to the corner flag. They need to get it to the corner flag here, Manchester City. You take the sting out of the game. You start time wasting. You start frustrating Bournemouth. Jackie G's on the bench. Get him on to win some free kicks. City just knocking it around. There's no real interest for City to get forward. And there's a free kick. JSGC's heart likes this. Right, guys, we're 11 likes away from 100 likes. Let's have a big stride towards getting them 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe. Do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links in the description. Remember, free app to download. Anyone that does download using my link does help to support the future content created here on my channel, so I would appreciate it. Right, guys, we've got a huge 3.5 minutes of our season here. Huge. Bournemouth running on adrenaline. They've been running all game. I've been expecting them to tire, and that tire has never come. It's never come. This is hard work for Manchester City. Hey, and no one better be taking that out of context either. Doku's time wasted. We could have done with Haaland time wasted, and Doku just drives. It's gone out of play. It's a goal kick. You've got to be smarter. You've got to be smarter than that. Bournemouth then launch it long. Header won by... Who was that? John Stones. I think John Stones has gone down. Here's Solanke. Bournemouth in the penalty area. City can scramble it clear. 9 likes to 100 likes. Let's get them likes up, everybody. This is a grandstand finish here at the Vitality. It's John Stones' head injury, so physio's going to have to come on and look at John Stones, I think. Andy, thanks very much for tuning in and thanks for leaving a thumbs up as well. Much appreciated. Throwing them for Bournemouth. 2 minutes remaining. There's probably about a minute to add on top of that, you know, from time wasting. Long throw comes in. Flicked on by Bournemouth. Does it fall nicely? Overhead kick comes in and it's wide. Solanke it was. We can breathe a sigh of relief. 2 minutes and counting. Oh my God. This, Linus, you spot on. This is stressful. This is the most stressed I've been this week. I don't stress easy. Mick Sid will back me up on that. I do not stress this easy. This is stressful. This is not ideal. We need to get the job done. By any means necessary. Bernardo Silva drops a shoulder. There's 4 forward for City. Referee, free kick. Free kick. Roberto out in Vegas. Love that one. Yeah, people are asking for numbers. Remember, this is a public domain. You want to get to know somebody, follow them on social media, speak to them on there, get the phone number that way, not through a public domain, please. And please, nobody put your phone numbers on the public domain as well. It's there for everybody to see forever. I don't private the streams afterwards. I leave them public for everybody to watch, to enjoy the reactions, the stress, the emotions that goes through a season. So, yeah. Anyway, KDB into the book. Time wasting. 30 seconds remaining. There's got to be another minute or so left of this game. Oh, man. I need another drink. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, here comes Bournemouth. No. No. Into the penalty area. City get a foot in. Ref, the 6 minutes are up. Ref. Blow the whistle. Please. Please. I need another drink. Here's Ake, former Bournemouth man. Whack it clear, Nathan. Come on, ref. Come on, ref. We're 30 seconds over time. No free kick. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Make it 2. Make it 2. De Bruyne is in space. Phil. De Bruyne is in space. Kill it off, Kevin. Oh, he can't sort his feet out. There's that minute that I was speaking about. I said there was a minute to go. Referee's giving Bournemouth enough time. They launch it long. Ake wins the header. We're nearly there. Oh, a sliding challenge comes in. Bernardo not happy with that. Don't bite, Bernardo. We're nearly there. Don't bite. Handshakes are coming in. Pep's telling his coaches just to get back. He's happy for the 3 points. There it is. I hate football. We're 1 point behind Liverpool. We've got a Manchester derby next weekend. We've got FA Cup 5th round, everything on the line, no replays. It's either quarterfinals or bust on Tuesday. More stress. I'll see you for the stress on Tuesday. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Much appreciated. Big shout out to you guys. We're 6 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe. Press that red button. Press the bell and put your push notifications on. Plenty more football. Plenty more Manchester City videos for you guys to enjoy to come. So I will see you for them. Also, don't forget, social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, on my Instagram, on my TikTok. Go and check them out. Links in the description. Also, don't forget, email in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do subscribe as well if you are new around here. I was going to say 5. We're 4 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. And finally, do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. I do have my promo video, which I'm going to roll for you guys right now. Buzzing with that win. Absolutely fantastic for Manchester City. We're going to use today's video sponsor, SofaScore, to provide you with all of my post-match analysis right now for you guys to enjoy. Do get your thoughts as well. We're going to be live for the next couple of minutes. Get your thoughts in the live chat as well. That'd be much appreciated. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Much appreciated. I will see you again on Tuesday night. I'll have the build-up to the Luton game. I will have my preview, my live watch-along link out, everything on Monday. We'll be live again Tuesday. I think the game, let me just check. I think it kicks off. I think is it 7:30? Is it a 7:30? Oh no, it's an 8 o'clock game. There we go, 8 o'clock game, so we'll be live at 7:30. I knew I had 7:30 in my mind for something. It's the time we're going to win live, 7:30 p.m. GMT. Statistics for this game. City's expected goal rate at 1.57, Bournemouth's at 0.87, but the goal never came. 38% possession for Bournemouth, 13 shots, 4 on target. City with 62% possession, 15 shots, 6 on target, with that all-important crucial goal from Phil Foden. Was it a classic, this game? Absolutely not. Was it a clean, fluent, confident, comprehensive performance from Manchester City? No. Was it enough to pick up the 3 points? Just about. So yes, and all that matters is the standings. We are now 5 goal difference away from Liverpool, but more importantly, we're only a point behind. 2 games' time, we go to Anfield. We know we win at Anfield, and we beat Manchester United next weekend. In 2 weeks' time, guys, we could be top of the Premier League. We might not be playing particularly well, or certainly not as well as what we can play, but we're doing everything we can in our power to win games. And sometimes, in football, I say it all the time, you have to be able to 1-0 a game. And if Man City, for our next 12 games, win every single game 1-0, and put me through stress, will I have a heart attack? Maybe. More than likely. But we'll win the Premier League. Linus, I'm on your wavelength. If it's 1-0 for the rest of the season, might well die younger than what I was planning to, but here we are. Ronnie, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Guys, we're just 2 likes now away from 100 likes. Just having a look at the rest of the statistics for the game. 5 shots off target for Bournemouth, 3 for City, 4 block shots for Bournemouth, 6 for Manchester City. 3 corners to 8 for Manchester City in favour of us. 3 offsides for Bournemouth, none for City. No offside for City, that is surprising. 14 fouls for Bournemouth, 2 yellow cards, with 6 fouls for City and 2 yellow cards. More importantly, no yellow card for Rodri and no yellow card for Pep Guardiola. So we need to make sure that we just keep that flowing for a couple more games, and then we're making sure we're having Pep and Rodri available for the big important games throughout March, which has to be our aim. 3 big chances created for City, 1 for Bournemouth, 1 big chance missed for Bournemouth, 2 for Manchester City. Not at our clinical best, but we did enough. 5 saves for Neto in goal for Bournemouth, and 4 for Manchester City. As we do hit 100 likes. Legends, thanks so much for that, much appreciated. 581 passes for City, just an 85% pass completion rate, very low for City. I don't think Bournemouth pitch is narrower than what normal pitches are, but it seemed very small. But I think that was down to how well Bournemouth were pressing, and how Bournemouth played today is a similar game to what I'm expecting at Anfield. So if Man City are to beat Liverpool at Anfield, we will need to play far better than what we did in this game. But this is good preparation for that game, in my complete honest opinion. Bournemouth's pass accuracy at 77%, 349 passes for them. 2 out of 13 crosses, 15% cross completion rate for Bournemouth. City connecting with 3 out of 16 at a 19% cross completion rate. Neither team great with their crosses. Dribbles, 6 out of 17 complete for Bournemouth, 14 out of 30 for Manchester City. City lost the possession 140 times. We did win more aerial duels and more duels as well. Bournemouth, of course, had more tackles, more interceptions, and more clearances, dominating the defensive stats there as well. And finally, I think my JSGC man of the match today goes to John Stones. Covered just about every blade of grass on that pitch. Brilliant from John Stones. And my final note, as I said before, if Man City are to win the Premier League, we need to know how to win games. Whilst not playing well, we need to know how to win games 1-0. Well, we've shown that against Brentford. Didn't play particularly well. Scored a goal, didn't concede, picked up 3 points. Didn't play particularly well. Scored a goal today. Kept a clean sheet. Won the game 1-0. 6 points. It's perfection. Can't ask for any more. So I'm happy with that. And we move on. Luton, Tuesday night. We'll be live again, remember. Lydia, thanks for tuning in. I'll be live at 7:30 p.m. GMT here in the UK, live for that game. I'm not sure where everyone's tuning in around the world, and I'm not an expert on time zones. But if you're over on the east side of the United States, on the Eastern time, then I'll be live at 2:30 p.m. Over there. And if you're over on the west, I think they're 4 hours behind the east, which means I'll be live at 10:30 in the morning. And if you're tuning in from the east, I have no idea what time it is in places like Australia and Japan and everywhere. But yeah, just put in 7:30 p.m. GMT, put it into your time zone, and you'll see what time I'm live at. Right, guys, 100 like live stream, Manchester City win. I'm a very happy JSGC. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you to everybody that's interacted with me today. Thank you to everybody that's left a thumbs up. Thank you to everybody that's left a donation today as well. Thank you to everybody that's downloaded SofaScore, today's video sponsor. Links and details, they're in the description, and I will see all you legends again on Tuesday evening. So I've been JSGC. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. We'll have a drink to Manchester City winning. Cheers. Tastes like 3 points. Peace. Ciao for now.